Yes, a special one from the CEOs downtown with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the Southern Band. Charges on the beat.
On the spoon to get your information. On the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon, spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon, spoon radio station.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening in Monrovia, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You from Fonjema, Maryland, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. If you eat keep on gradually, my brother, to spoon. You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You wanna get a news update, to spoon. What? Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. What I want? Yes, what you got today?
Spoon TV. Spoon.
Yes, what you got today?
Spoon.
Beseku.
Spoon TV. Spoon.
Ba.
Spoon.
Skibidi dabado.
Spoon TV. Spoon entertainment.
Kuwa. Beseku, kudileo. Kuwa, kudileo.
On the spoon to get your information. On the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon television. Spoon radio station. Spoon television.
Yes, a special one from the CEOs downtown with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the Southern Band. Charges on the beat.
On the spoon to get your information. On the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon, spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon, spoon radio station.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening in Monrovia, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, to spoon. Yeah, kilibamba, 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 kilibamba. What I want? Yes, what you about today? Yes, what you about today? Beseku. Ba. Skidibidi da bado.
Yes, I, a special one from the CEO, stand with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the Southern Band. Charges on the beat.
On the spoon to get your information. On the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon television. Spoon radio station.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in our. You want to know what is happening in Monrovia, Tunto Spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just Tunto Spoon. You want to know what happening in the ministry, Tunto Spoon. Yeah, Tunto Spoon. Yeah, Tunto Spoon.
A pleasant good evening, good afternoon, good morning
Tunto Spoon.
to all of you across the world.
Yeah.
It's a great way to welcome you to Liberia's most anticipated
My brother,
talk show
Spoon TV, you got a spoon.
interaction
Spoon.
that hits the radio.
Yeah.
It comes away online on Spoon TV, Fabric TV, and Super TV. At about this time of the week. Of course, this show sets the agenda for the rest of the week, brings you face to face with the policymakers, provides you the opportunity to engage, ask those critical questions as you get to have an in-depth understanding of the happenings at those different entities every Sunday. I'd like to say welcome. Thanks for joining us tonight. This is One-on-One with the CEO. My name is Nelson Colette. We are live across the Spoon Network, Spoon FM 107.5. We are live on Fabric Radio 101.1 FM. Many thanks to our partner radio stations across the country that are always relaying the show. Thanks to Trust FM in Bombay County, Premium FM in Bond, Trend Radio in Grand Cruz, Radio Yalamani in Seklipi in Nimba County, Gibi FM in Kakata, Margibi County, and a host of other radio stations across Liberia that will sometimes relay the program even without telling us. We appreciate their respective contributions to ensuring that Liberians across the country, regardless of where they are, can receive real-time information and be able to engage with their policymakers. So welcome to the show. It promises to be very great, an engaging conversation, very spirited.
Tell you what is happening in more.
Sino County lawmaker, Senator Councilor
Africa,
Augustine Chea
Tuto spoon.
is the guest tonight.
You ain't know.
As you saw on the flyer,
The children crying for stuff.
lots of very important issues we delve into tonight.
You want to
So the best you can do is to get very close to your radio, get glued to your radio.
you want to know what is
Encourage someone to listen with you, as this edition of the program is loaded to bring you nothing less than the
You
best.
want to know what happening?
If you're following online, please share the program as you come on tonight
Yeah.
on Facebook. As you know, we are live on Spoon TV on Facebook. If you're watching us on Spoon already, please share the program. We are live on Super TV on Facebook.
Fun Gemma.
If you're already here with us on Super, I see a lot of you coming on. Please share the program on YouTube as well and on Fabric TV.
If you ain't kept on crazy like my brother Tuto spoon.
So again, welcome to the program.
You got this
As Liberians
radio Tuto.
get ready for a new week,
Yeah. Tuto.
taking on the activities across the country, especially at the first branch of government,
Yeah. Rastafari.
given what we've seen in the past 3 weeks.
Libabang, libabang.
What should we look up to? A lot is going to be discussed here tonight. The counselor, the guest tonight is a legal practitioner, and despite being a lawmaker, the senator of the people, the senior senator of the county as well, Sino County. So it's going to be great conversation tonight. Please share the program as you come on. Let's hope we can get a great show coming your way tonight. Let me turn down the music a bit and let's interact. Just before we get the CEO, the guest coming on tonight, Councillor Chea, please let's engage a little. Let's hear from you. Let's talk. Let me put the numbers up. Let's hear from you. What's your thoughts? What your thoughts are? What is it you want to talk about tonight? What's your expectation for the show tonight? I believe so many of you must have followed the write-up from the senator, a legal practitioner, with respect to the buhaha, the hula baloo going on right now at the first branch of government. He's going to be going in detail. He's going to be touching on every aspect of it, making some in-depth analysis on the unfoldings at the level of the House of Representatives. Of course, he's no stranger to the law. He's witnessed this process go on with 2 other speakers, and a lot more he's going to talk about tonight. But let's know what your thoughts are. What are your expectations? What are you looking forward to? What is it you want to talk about? What are some of the questions, in fact, that you have that you be throwing, you wish the senator will be able to answer tonight? What's your expectation for this edition of the program, One-on-One with the CEO? We are here live tonight on Spoon FM 107.5. We're live on Fabric Radio 101.1. And thanks to all the many radio stations across the country that are always relaying the program. This is the show that sets the agenda for the rest of the weekend based on the informative nature of the discussion. The headlines get to be crafted from here every single day, and so every single week, especially for the Monday news, the major talking points will derive from here. That's why it's very important that you join this conversation, that you be a part of it from the very start. As you've joined us, call other people to join us, share the program. Let's hope we can have a great show tonight. Let me hear from you. I'm going to put the numbers up: 0555-101075. I'll put the WhatsApp number up as well so that you guys can call in and talk about your expectations. Let's hear what's on your mind. Just quickly as we can start the conversation tonight. Let's talk to the first person here. Hello, you're live. Your name and where you calling from?
Good evening.
Good evening. What's your name, sir, and where you calling from?
Nelson.
Hello.
Yeah, is that Brother Nelson?
Yeah, Nelson here. You are live on the show. Let's hear you.
All right, thank you. This is the voice of Andrew Espire Jr., host of the Liberian Scholar Show, calling from Tower Ninja South Road. Thank you for the time, Chief.
Okay. What's on your mind tonight? What's your expectation for this edition of the program?
My expectation actually, I'm expecting that tonight show will be fruitful and it will be more educated intellectually. That is one. But what is on my mind actually is that I just want to stress on some points that the government have made some move in. One is that you see, in the past government, we have people fighting for rights for honor Joseph Braga. We are seeing that, and we want to say thank. And secondly, we see reduction in gasoline. That is one thing that we must commend our leader for. And we are seeing massive work or effective work being done at the Liberia water and soil. And we must commend more Ali for that. You know, these are few things that some of us are actually looking at. And we must say a very big thank to our president for fighting corruption. And we want to be grateful to our president. Thank you for the country.
Thank you very much for your contribution tonight. 0555 Let's talk to another person. Hello, your name and where you calling from? Hello, are you with us? I don't know. For some reason, your line is very low. Very, very low. You're coming in. Yeah, hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I get you. You getting me?
Yeah, I'm struggling to get you. But go ahead. Let's hear you.
Thank you.
No, sorry. I can't hear you at all. I can't hear you. I'm unable to get you. But see you. Welcome to the show. It's
Thank you very much.
Okay. So I don't know how come you. Okay. So I think you make it.
No, I'm here. What? Yeah, you kicked me out.
No, I was trying to. Okay. So yeah, I think we're good. We're good. You want us to take some calls? Are you ready?
Well, is Dama ready? Because we're waiting for the senator.
I
Can
saw.
you reach out to him?
I saw the field on not too long, but they left studio. So let me just try to establish contact with them to know where they are right now with the setup. But
We will be calling. I mean, it's going to be a great show today. We'll be calling Senator James Banney. We'll be speaking with Senator Augustine Chea. We'll be discussing a lot of national issue in this regard. We are so glad that you will be joining us. Today is a beautiful Sunday. Let's see how it is. I mean, not too beautiful, Nelson, because of the rain. Yeah, it's very cold, Nelson. Very, very cold.
Wow, that's the opposite here for us.
Yeah, I mean, I need that opposite right now. It's very, very cold in this part of New Jersey. Seriously.
You want Kaya so we can go there?
Yeah, I think we should do that.
You want for
I think we should switch, right? We should switch and swap. Yeah, because it's cold though. It's not a joke. It's cool.
Wow.
You know. Yeah, but we are grateful we're here. We're seeing the guys then that will be coming up, joining us later. Abdullah Kiatama, Kev Hassan. I heard that Mama is joining us and everybody else, but this will be the one-on-one first with the CEO while we question and we talk about national issue. And I would say this though, I'm so happy that as we speak to Senator Augustine Chea, Senator James Banney, discussing national issue, that's powerful. That's powerful. Are you hearing me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
You're trying to reach out to Diamond and the senator?
Yeah. So
all right.
I think the senator lives a little distance from here. So but they will soon be there. Yeah, they're setting up and all of that. Yeah. So again, folks, we want to welcome all of you. Thanks for joining us. Freeman. All of our Facebook users, we're not seeing your names coming through like it used to be. I don't know. Okay, we will try to work on that. Emma Tappet, all of you, thanks for joining us tonight. And we are going to have a great show, a spirited conversation coming up. So just please share the show, kindly share the program as you come on tonight. And this is your program, One on One with the CEO. We are live across the Spoon Network, and we want to appreciate all of you joining us tonight on this edition of the program. I see Honorable Kef Hassan is trying to join in, and all of the folks will be coming on. The guest is setting up as well. Senator James Barney will be coming on. So it's going to be a great show, folks. So just keep sharing the program, and let's hope we can have a great show coming on here tonight. And yes, so if you haven't shared the show, please share the show. Kindly share the program as you come on.
Why everything just doing Facebook, you so until you guys check on this. What James? James is a technician.
Yeah,
And don't forget, let me announce tomorrow we'll be having the former Associate Justice Kabina Janet. The Associate Justice Kabina Janet will be our guest tomorrow. We will be discussing a lot of stuff concerning the House of Representative saga and other stuff happening in our country. We're also going to be discussing the Guinean Liberian National. The folks are concerned about his whereabouts. You listen. I want you to check on the front page newspaper the whereabouts of the gentleman. He was in the custody of Liberia. Now, folks, a lot of issue, demonstration, and other stuff happening as to, excuse me, as to where he is. So we bring it in, and the former Associate Justice is his, how you call it, lawyer, Serena Seafors, and Councilor Kabina Gardens and Janet, and they were protesting, right? You saw that protest?
yeah.
So it will be a big show tomorrow, and today it will be a wonderful show today. You understand that we will be bringing in everybody to talk about. Listen, I don't know if I should say I'm getting tired with the House of Representative issue, but I really can't say that. Nelson. Look at the front page newspaper, Liberia. Arrest of alleged coup plotter, trigger tension with Guinea. Family fear for safety. So where's the gentleman? Where is he? I mean, Kev, it's good to see you, Kev.
Thank you.
They never die, Kev Hassan. It's good to see you. Is that the church you attend? Never die?
I went to my regular church.
Do you go to church? Or you just want to get married and you leave?
I knew you would say that.
That's it. The man, he doesn't go to church like that. He will get married and he'll leave the people church.
And they get plenty of people now.
Go get patient. Go get patient. Oh. Yeah.
The pastor said I should go to church today and next week before you do anything.
Just because the wedding is in 2 weeks, so the pastor said, "My man, if you really want me to officiate that wedding, you have to come to church." So Kev is trying, he pushing, he want to go to church. But Kev, listen, going to church is a good thing. I preached today in church.
Preach about what was the sermon today?
I preached for the text, Matthew chapter 28. You know, when Jesus Christ got on the boat and his disciple was on that boat with him, you know, after doing a lot of miracles and working a lot, he got on the boat. And he told them, said, hey, you know, let's go. You had the disciples that were with Jesus Christ. They saw him working miracle. They saw him feeding over 5,000 people. They saw him healing the sick. He was there. They were there when he healed Peter's mother-in-law. You know, the centurion said, Chief, my servant is sick. Can you come and heal? Jesus Christ said, I'm coming. He said, no, don't come. Just speak the word. My servant will get it. Worked. They saw Jesus Christ cleanse the lepers, right? It worked. They got on the ship. The weather was calm. Everything was quiet. Everything was peaceful. The sun was shining. Nothing happened. The sea was just fine. They got on the ship. Jesus Christ got on, found a spot on the ship, on the boat, start to rest, fell asleep. The disciples there doing the thing. You know, Peter was a fisherman. And the disciples started to do the stuff, right? And guess what happened? At the end of the day, where the storm coming from? The ship began to go up and down, up and down. It started raining. It was rough. They couldn't control it. They got themselves in a situation they couldn't escape. They couldn't afford. It was rough. And everything become crazy on the ship. Imagine how Peter was a fisherman, right? He was.
Mm-hmm.
Peter was a fisherman. And everything started to go up and down. It was just crazy. But we just got on the ship. Everything was fine. It's like your life. What's going on? I thought CDC was doing better. We were going to win this election. What's going on? I thought Muya was doing this good. I thought Joe was the best president ever. What's going on? Everybody became confused. Kev, at the end of the day, it started to increase itself. Started getting harder, rough. Jesus Christ was sleeping. He's not going to touch anything. And here's the thing, Kev. If you don't call God, he will not come in. If you don't call him, he will not come. He was right there. You were in the mix. It was rough. But Jesus Christ was sleeping. Then here come Peter. Realize through the thunder, through the storm, through the hard time, through the tossing of the ship, and everything, and the heavy rain, and the thunderstorm, here come Peter. Peter realized that he had the master of the sea, the master of the ocean, the master of the wind, the master of the storm right there with him. Now Peter said, wait, what are we doing here? Peter said, we're giving ourselves a hard time. Peter realized, among them all, he realized. He said, no. But we got Jesus with us. So at some point, when will you realize you got Jesus with you? When will the people of Liberia realize that they got Jesus with them?
Question.
No. Let me end the message right now. Because we see that Senator Augustine is getting ready. Senator Chea is getting ready to come up. And when will they realize that Jesus Christ is in the midst? Through the trials, through the tribulations, through the hard time, through the rough time, through the highways and byways, when will they realize that Jesus Christ is right there? So Peter went over. He was holding the rope. He was holding the anchor. He was holding something. He never wanted to be thrown over. He was just holding. I said the ship was about to break loose. And Peter, look at Jesus. He was sound asleep. Very, very sound asleep. And Peter tapped it. Peter said, Master. It's like the songwriter said, Master, the temptation is raging. The sea below tossing high. My man, stop watching the football game, pay attention. Let me preach to you. And Peter says something to him. You don't care that we're about to die, Jesus? Master, you really don't care that we're about to die? But Jesus says something to them. And I'm going to wait before I reply. Let me take your question. And we'll tell the people what Jesus said. Ketama is coming. Listen, guys, we're going to have a wonderful show today. This is just a sidekick. But this is what I preached on today. And I just want to say to you, it's very, very, yeah, go ahead, talk to me.
Your preaching today, I think you have Liberia on your mind. There's a storm in the country right now. Who is the Peter right now? Who is the Peter right now in Liberia? Because there's a storm right now. Storm all over. The country,
Well,
there's a heavy rain. Everything going on in the country, left and right. Lawmakers don't know what they're doing.
so I was just saying this to you.
The marshal is in disarray.
And you can say that, but we gonna
Who is the Peter right now?
and that's why we have Senator Councilor Augustin Chea on the show tonight. We'll be speaking to Senator James Banning. And again, the Liberian people are going to tune in. You can find us on Spoon Network, Spoon FM, Fabric FM, Super FM, and all those social media. And again, the songwriter like, Master, the tempest is raging. Oh, the sea below tossing high. The sky is all shadowed with blackness. Oh, no shelter the heavens high. Carest not that we perish. Hey, how can we lie? And this is important though. You don't care that we're about to die and you're sleeping. And they asking Jesus, you don't care that we're about to die and you're sleeping? But what Jesus Christ said? No, hold on. Amen. Jesus Christ get up. He looked at all of them. He said, thou of little faith. You saw me when I was healing the sick. You saw me when I raised the dead. You saw me when we fed over 5,000 individuals. You saw the miracle when I told the young man, say, oh yes, get up, clean yourself, go and show yourself to the high priest. You saw me when I cleansed and healed Peter's mother-in-law. You saw all the miracle. And I'm here with you, my fellow Liberians. And I'm here with you, but you are not realizing that I am here with you. But then Jesus Christ said, peace, be still. Peace, it shall be well. Peace, your trouble is but over. Peace, a new day is coming. Peace, your children will enjoy the fruit of Liberia. Peace, yeah, you will enjoy Liberia before you leave this earth. And Jesus Christ said, peace, be still. He spoke to the trouble. He spoke to the situation. He spoke to what was holding people back, the fear, the bitterness, the anguish. And at the end of the day, guess what happened? The disciples were speaking and talking among themselves. Hey, man. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of One-on-One with the CEO. Whenever you find yourself, we want to say, we love you, but God loves you the best. Let's talk Liberia. Let's think Liberia. Let's love Liberia. And together, let's build a beautiful Liberia. As we wait for the representative, what did Dama say, Nelson? Because Dama had to drive over there to the senator house.
So they are already there.
Okay.
So, it's just about putting the stuff on them, but they already there.
Okay, we're gonna wait for. We got a lot of stuff happening. We're gonna wait for Senator Augustin. Senator Augustin Chea, and we're also going to be bringing in. Yeah, Dama, if you said, can we come on? Dama is saying that it's set. We want to get into the conversation. Folks. I am not a pastor. Please, a lot of people begin to text. I am not a pastor. And I'm just, I just go to church, and and that's the church go, okay? I believe in Jesus Christ, but I'm not a pastor. But it's good to have you listen to me. I have to preach something to Kev Hassan that he can understand that when the Bible says, peace, be still, just chill, just relax. It shall be well, it shall be well.
The storm is passing over.
Yeah, the storm is passing over. I say passing over for you. I know the storm is passing over.
Nelson.
Yes, sir.
There's a storm in the country right now. Who is the
storm?
Peter? Who is the Peter? The marshal is in disarray. The country going left
Yeah, but let's set something straight. I know you would say your own. I know you would say your own while the guys getting ready. I can see the senator coming on. We want to say to all of you folks, this week would be a very rough week. This week would be one of the week, a very decisive week. Right there, executive got to take a stand. They got to take their position. This week will determine whether J. Funati Kofa will resign. Every indication he has said that he will not resign. This week, the 43 men and women on the other side. Listen, did you see the letter from CDC and CDC supporters, seditious, that are opposite Funati, asking him to resign? They have agreed to submit themselves to investigation to the committee. They have agreed to go through the grievance committee for investigation. Is it a game changer? Are they going back to support Funati? This week will be a week that you know that ECOWAS will be in the country again. Are we going to another Yamoussoukro peace agreement? Are we going another Abuja peace accord? What is going on? When you sit in Liberia, what ready you want? What ready you want to see? And guess what? The lawmakers are going to get paid. But they have not done anything for you. They have not worked for you. But some of the questions people are asking, they are asking whether or not Mo Ali and Salif Tala will appear. They are asking whether Mo Ali or Salif Tala will appear before the 43 men. Who should the president send the budget to? Who? Should the president send it to Funati Kofa? Should the president send it to the chief clerk? And the chief clerk is absent, but the deputy chief clerk is there. When he received the budget, if the president sent the budget to the deputy chief clerk, where would the deputy chief clerk take the budget? Will he take the budget to the 43 men? Will he take the budget to Funati and his group? Are we walking into constitutional crisis here? Will somebody talk to Funati, coerce Funati, beg Funati for the sake of peace, like they did Edwin Snow? We got a clip for Edwin Snow that we got to play today. Will they ask Funati to step down? I mean, my fellow Liberian, will it be the best thing for Funati to step down? What are you going to advise the Speaker, Councillor, J. Funati Kofa? A lot of stuff is happening. So tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, the entire week will be a very busy week. Kev,
Yeah.
what I don't know whether we should call Senator Barney first because we're still waiting for Diamond. I don't know what's happening. Vanis Saki will be joining us. Okay, Diamond said we should give them a few minutes. We're ready, Diamond. If you are, we're ready. We want you to come on. Let's get the show started. But again, Kev, should Funati resign? And what would be the message? I know he's under serious pressure and tension, but what would be the message if Funati said, okay, because they don't want me, I'm going to resign? What would be that message? What would he be telling the Liberian people? There is no 49. They have 43. They came down to 42. Thomas Father added, brought them back up to 43. Is Thomas Father turning to be a UPS now? Everything we are hearing Thomas Father say he will be joining the Unity Party. Can he dispute that? Can he say no? Again, Okay, so we will be taking Councillor James Barney by 9 p.m., which will be 9 p.m. Liberian time. It will be 4 p.m. here, America. So, Kev, let's hear you. Let me bring in Vani Saki. Vani, it's good that you're joining us. The rest of the guys will be coming. Abdullah Ketama and everybody else. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be having Councillor Councillor Augustine Chea, and we'll also be having Senator James Barney. You saw the post. Nelson, if you have the post, can you call it? Let's show the headline up. Let's show it to the people. I'm going to say it will be a big show today, a wonderful show wherever you find yourself. We got everything. Liberia is, I can say more than this. Tomorrow, our show, we're coming to you again. Nelson, can you please tell Magic we need a flyer for the former Associate Justice Kabina Janet? He will be here with us tomorrow to speak about the arrest of alleged coup product trick-or-treason with Guinea. Now, this person, you can find it on the front page, Africa. This person, believe it or not, he was in Liberia. His whereabouts, people say they don't know. His family, his supporter, his friends, they went out to demonstrate. This is a big regional news. The president, Joseph Yema Boakai, will be going to Sierra Leone on the 18th. The president asked again the vice president who just left recently. He left, he went to Baku, and again the region is very tense. Where is this gentleman? Did the government turn him over? Where is he? He's a client for Serena Seaforth and Kabina Janet. They went to get him. They can't find him. They can't find his living body. They can't find his dead body. Where is he? Did the government turn him over? And information reaching out, he had almost 250,000 United States dollars with him. The family demanding answers. So the lawyer will be our guest tomorrow. And remember, the same lawyer represent Fonati Kofa. And he's the Associate Justice, Kabina Janet. They will be in studio tomorrow. It's going to be a wonderful show tomorrow, so join us. But information reaching us, we had the Guinea junta, the Guinea military force at the border, demanding that they should release this guy or things will escalate. Wherever that information is, we'll be speaking to consider Kabina Janet. But folks, let's get back on our current evil. This is tomorrow's story. We just want you to know. Kev, welcome to the show, Rani Saki. Kev, talk to us. Where are you? The senators will be joining us shortly. Where are you, Kev? Talk to us.
Stanton, let me say hi to everybody. Well, if Fonati Kopa resign, I think he should be disbarred from taking part in anything as a lawyer, because he should know the law. He know the law, and I believe he will not resign. He will not resign because he's a lawyer. He understands the law. So if he resign, then I think a lawyer going against his own oath. So that I would say on that part, but I know that he will not resign, and he's not planning to resign, and he will never resign. This is not 20 years ago. This is not 20 years ago. But one important thing I want to draw the attention. I keep saying this, that President Boakai is not in charge. He's not in charge of the country. For ECOWAS to come back after so many years, to come back in the country to settle a dispute while the president is still there. We have peace. We ain't no more war. But for ECOWAS to come again shows that this president is not in charge. The last time ECOWAS came to our country, because nobody was in charge, it was a war. ECOWAS coming again, so this is a war. Are we living the 90s? We don't have president. Let me say this: we three of us live in this country. When there's a crisis, because people love to say, "Oh, don't interfere in other branch of government." Come on, stop that nonsense. When there's a crisis dealing with the livelihood of the Liberian people, President Boakai needs to call folks, the speaker, and the other people to the mansion, and let's settle this. Let's settle this. All President Boakai needs to do, look, if you get it 49, you can move the speaker. Other than that, you don't hold the Liberian people on the hostage. But he's not doing it. ECOWAS coming, it shows that we don't have leadership in the country. I rest for now.
Thank you very much, Kev. Again, guys, welcome to the show. The Senator, Councilor Augustine Chea will be joining us on top of the hour. We're going to be reaching out to Senator James Banney. Again, I'm trying to bring in independent banners individual, the former ambassador, John Ball, who probably will come over for their opinion on this. Let's hear you, Vani Saki. Thank you for joining us. I mean, what's your take, Vani?
Thank you so much, Senator, and let me say hi to my brother Kev and my brother in studio. Again, Kev, ECOWAS is not coming. Nobody invited ECOWAS. We all know the ECOWAS invitation to come is a whole Senator Erin Snow game that is already there. So do not create a scene like people asking for ECOWAS to come. The crisis at the national legislature does not require ECOWAS intervention. If they try to come, I think they are coming on a vacation because they will not achieve anything. I can state to you for the record that the honorable majority black will not meet ECOWAS.
Hold on one more minute, Vani. You say ECOWAS not coming or ECOWAS coming? Which one?
I said they're coming, and they're coming they're coming on a vacation because the honorable majority black, based on my relationship I enjoy every day in every conversation, the honorable majority black will not meet ECOWAS. If ECOWAS want to meet the honorable majority black, they must follow every legislative procedure. Then the honorable majority black will
Let's take our time. Let's take our time. You are saying Samuel Koga would not meet with them?
No intention to meet that. I mean, we don't even need ECOWAS. This is a normal thing.
Thomas Fala will not meet with them?
No intention. Thomas Fala got no intention to meet. They will be busy next week, so we got no time to meet. Group of people who just coming for visit.
No. Then I got to call somebody yet. I mean, we got a little time yet, though. So you got listen. The last time, for the formula, the last time formula said that Snow, put this thing together.
Yeah.
But everyone will come and blow thing air. And that's the same thing Vani Saki doing. So they have the whole group now agree that's not working yet. And Snow said, no, I'm not part of it. And I'm hearing information that they went to the president and said even the president shouldn't sit with ECOWAS. But I know the president is a wise man that been in this game for over 40 years. He was sit with ECOWAS. But is he sitting with ECOWAS just to listen? I mean, there is useless for ECOWAS to come in the country, Kev.
Yeah, this is very, very, very important. It's a breaking news that Vani just put up right now.
And let me ask something else. The vice president was invited, right? That ECOWAS is coming. They told him. Guess what? The vice president is not in the country. Did the vice president say, I care less, I don't want to see ECOWAS? He gone.
You spoke about storm. That was your preaching today. Liberia is in a serious political storm. That ECOWAS coming in, and the politicians saying, and I believe what Vani is saying because he's an insider with them, we don't care. What they are saying, we will bring this country down to her knees. We don't care. You can bring the American, you can bring anybody, but we will destroy this country.
No, Kev. I'm not. No, Kev.
Vani, you have your time. Let protect each other.
What it's saying is that we are going back to the 1990s, how this country was destroyed. We will hold on, and we don't care if the budget pass, it don't pass, what happened, ain't happened. Our interest is just to move fanatical far, and if we don't move fanatical. This reminds me that back during the war, they say our interest is to move though. We don't care if we destroy the country, and they did. We are saying the same thing.
Vani, you came outside of the box and said your people, your 43 men and women, that are willing to meet with ECOWAS, and even the vice president, he left the country. And even information reaching us, the president was told not to meet ECOWAS, but he has to meet ECOWAS because it's the only right thing to do as a president.
Again,
but for Vani wait now, if you are coming up with this information, you are deeply rooted and granted with the 43 men. And I'm going to call some of them right now to confirm what you are saying. Then I think we are in trouble here, Vani.
No, Stella, we are not in trouble. What we are saying for the honorable Kev, stop painting your war scenario. Political crisis is different from what happened in 1989. Stop creating our false narrative. All we are saying from the honorable majority black is that if ECOWAS go through the legislative procedure, from our side, we will do the right thing and we'll honor the invitation. But we are not going to meet.
What you mean if? They have sent your people a letter. What do you mean if?
And the oral majority black is not going to meet Senator Snow ECOWAS. That's a clear cut. You call any of them will tell you what I'm telling you. We are not meeting Snow ECOWAS.
No, Kev, get a mention, please.
Yeah.
I beg you.
Yeah. We are not. When people continue to question me, Saki, why you continue to use the word we like you put on the honor? Because I enjoy an excellent relationship with our black. They respect me, they treat me like one of them. I'm saying to you, if ECOWAS want to come, as I'm saying, we are not at a point that need intervention. Period. ECOWAS, what's the point of ECOWAS coming? To influence what? This is just an ongoing legislative crisis in terms to remove a speaker. What ECOWAS coming to do?
Vani, let me understand something, Vani. And think what we got these senators coming on. Vani, let me understand something. Are you telling Liberians that went through 14, 16 years of civil conflict? It was the same ECOWAS, through their finances, through their blood, through their tears, they make significant sacrifice. And then, by God first, peace came to Liberia. Today, the house is divided. Today, the house have a major crisis. Something that can last for the rest of this government. And you saying that your people will not meet ECOWAS. Your people have agreed that they will not even look at ECOWAS. Though they send letter to Thomas Fala, they send letter to the chairman, Samuel Koga, and you saying they say you to announce on the show that they care less. This is an Edwin Snow ECOWAS coming to engage them. Man, I'm scared, bro. I'm scared.
Let me say this. Let me say this, Tonton. 2007 in the crisis to remove Edwin Snow. ECOWAS was still in existence. ECOWAS did not come to Liberia to make peace. During the removal of Speaker Taro, there was a body called ECOWAS, Kev. So the Liberian people too smart to fall for our war drum you beating. No war coming here. Nobody fighting war here. All that happen is politics. At the end of the day, Speaker Fanatic Cover will come to the realization that he gotta get up. And let me break that to you. President Joseph Numa Boga is a politician. He will take a political action to immediately end the crisis. It's not going to go on for more than a week. Trust me on this. If anybody thinks that this is going to continue and Speaker Kofa will use the same strategy that Snow Black used in 2007 to hold on, we can have a quorum, we can preserve, but we can undermine the government. And Eddie Johnson struck it. Joseph Newman Burger will strike it, the crisis will be over in few seconds. Watch what happens.
But man, we're not forcing that government to care. Listen to everything the brother say. It means that Joseph Newman Burger, the president, will take us out, or he have taken us out.
Thank you.
He have taken us out.
Thank you. That's what Barney is revealing today to the Liberian people, that the executive branch undermining Speaker Cooper.
That's not what I'm saying.
That's what you just said.
Let protect care.
But he's not going to be wrong.
Barney, you have your time. Let protect care.
Yeah. And it said he was so pointed that Joseph Yumaboka will end it. He will end it. What Barney is saying tonight, you see, when somebody says something, don't just listen what they say, what they're not saying. What Barney is saying tonight, that Joseph Yumaboka is going to send the budget to the other black. What Barney is saying, that from the marshal, because I believe Barney get the direct line to President Buckeye. He speaks to President Buckeye. So what Barney is saying, that the president is saying, damn Kofa, Speaker Kofa, I will give the budget. This is my plan. My plan is to remove Fanatic Kofa. I don't care for the law. I don't care if they have 49. I will end it. When ECOWAS come, I will tell ECOWAS it's none of your business. Leave and we'll end it. So what we're saying right now is the executive branch is trying to overthrow Speaker Kufa. And
ladies and gentlemen, boys and guests, again, I want to say we'll be bringing in Councilor the Senator Augustine Chea to speak only on this matter of the House and his post, because we got his post and we also have the post of Senator James Banning. We're hearing something new from our brother Vanny Saki today. I will place a call to the 43 men black, the spokesperson in the person of 40 Fambula, the representatives from District 7, Bon County. Now we can sit down and just discuss this issue. I think this week, Vanny said this week, the president will decide. This week, the president will take us side.
Yeah.
So we want to ask the Liberian people, if the president take us side to support the 43 men and women, what say you? What say you? If the president turn his back, the president sat in the presidential chair and turn his back to Jeff Kofa, what say you? What's going on? The president wrote the chief clerk. The letter was received by the deputy chief clerk. Oh, you know why? They said the president got all right to send the document to the chief clerk. But Osaki said, the guy, share the show. Share the show, invite somebody. Let's have some serious conversation, because we're going to lay this thing out today and we remind you during the week. It's concerning, Vanny. It is concerning.
Let me see. We are at a point now where it's just easy to solve the problem. I'm a student of history, so I like to go to the past. When the crisis started to remove snow, former President Eddie Johnson Sirleaf gave the legislative branch the opportunity to be prescribed, the House of Representatives to play their own internal politics and find a way out. When former President Eddie Johnson reached a point where it was vividly clear that the snow block, finding out clearly that there was no way snow would preside over a quorum, there was no way snow would attract people on his side to get a quorum, and they settled to undermine Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, former president, a smart politician, knowing very well that she ran and made promises to the Liberian people. And the fight was delaying her from accomplishing her goal. What she did, she stood with the majority. Let me say it clear for the record. People know how to communicate with the president. I don't hide. The reason why I don't give pieces of advice to politicians that because I gave good pieces of advice. I have clearly said to the president, we can't afford to waste one more week on this. The majority must be respected. You must instruct the executive branch to immediately start doing business with the majority bloc, and the crisis will come to an immediate end. Ellen Johnson ended it today, so we can move forward.
So, Kev, you got somebody here that's not Ketema. I think Ketema coming. The man is revealing a lot of stuff. A lot of just we get very with the mail. The man is revealing a lot of things, saying that listen, we care less about the Constitution, we care less about due process, we care less about the horse rule, we care less about everything. 37 men and women, 43 men and women. They say we don't want for that thing, we don't give a damn. Just I'm a pastor, I preach this God Sunday today, so let me watch my word. But they say for that thing, we don't care. Just go bye-bye. You can sit there or you can resign totally from the House of Representatives. We have the Honorable 40 family. While we wait for Senator Chea, while we wait for the way you have a man, I hope you can come back. But it's concerning though. We got to ask 40. 40 is the spokesperson. I'm making the spokesperson. Yeah. What Vanny Saki is saying the nation, everybody listening, it is concerning that if the president have taken a position, and it will be this week for the president to position himself and say, yeah, I'm on the side of the 43 men and women. What we have to our country?
No, Kev, give me 1 second, Kev. No, I want to clarify. No. I'm being misquoted. I'm being misquoted. I'm being misquoted.
Yeah, you are still on inside. Wait for your time. Go ahead.
Vanny just revealed that he spoke with the president. They instructed the president to take that side, and that's the side the president going to take. And that's why the president withdraw the budget from going to Fanati Kofa. Senator, look at the reason the marshal gave, they would talk to the lawyer, they would do this, they talk with all this thing going on. They know that they're supposed to talk to the
They've been
lawyer.
talking to the lawyer a long time.
Long time. But
I
Vani
mean,
just revealed what they told
everybody
the
said,
president.
but you know what? Let me what you read there. You remember when Thomas Father said, I got to talk to my lawyer?
Yes, sir.
He was gone.
He was gone. That's
Now the
same
president
thing.
said, I'll talk to my lawyer. The president gone.
The president gone.
I mean, but funny. Let me serious here. Funny. I mean, I hope you can announce tonight that you're just kidding, though. The president have not taken us side yet. I hope you can say that. Listen, I don't want to. I know what's up, but I don't want to be. I hope you can really announce to the nation tonight that everything you said was just hot air, but the president have not taken us side. Because if you said the president have taken us side, then there's no need for ECOWAS. There's no need for Abuja Summit. There's no need for Yamasoko Summit. There's no need.
Okay, I think they listen all the government right, even though CEOs Kev, you try to spin it or you want to break the news, but you want to use me to break the news. No, hold on, Kev, hold on. I did not say the president are taking a side, Kev. I did not say I instructed the president. God forbid. I can never say that. I can never. What I said, Kev, I supported the president. I speak to the president. I tell him my position on national issue. I'm saying to you, I said, and I communicated directly to the president, this is a political crisis that will come to an end. You must end it now and move forward. This is your government. It is clear that Fanatic Cover and his black got nothing to do right now but to undermine the government. You must stop the undermining like every day. That's what I'm saying. So you are quoting me wrong, Kev. I didn't say I instructed the president.
You see our problem here? We got so many information ministers.
Yeah, so many.
We got Jeremy Pierre.
Yeah.
We got Kula Fofana. We get
I'm not information. I'm just a supporter to the president.
Remember when we get LBS will now be the same? Everybody gave it their own opinion. We got Mo Ali. We got Steven Johnson. We got, how you call him, Patrick Horner. Everybody in their own right.
But Sio, let me ask you. Let me ask you a direct question, Sio. No, Sio, let me ask you.
Go ahead.
Sio, you know very well. We all get our view on this issue. Sio, you don't have to be. The reason people like me because I don't have my side. This is an ongoing political crisis that will not end. The president must succeed in delivering. And you want the president to start doing business with the minority black that lack the legislative power to conduct business, and you know the majority that now have everything that is required legislatively to do business? You want you to do that, Kev? You want you to send a budget to a minority black that will never pass it?
Vadisaki, you asking me or you asking Kev? I want to respect
I'm asking you, Kev. I mean, you know that, Kev, but you CEO. Make yourself a president today, fit in the same condition. How do you end it?
But let me answer your question. In the wisdom of Joseph Yimabwaka, I will answer your question. Kev, start watching Redskins game, I will beat them. I will answer your question like I want you to understand, Fanny. Have the president call on his lawmakers, the Unity Party lawmakers? Have he asked them what ready to want? Do you know how many of them right now they say they want to remove Fanatic Kofa? Do you know how many UP lawmakers right now? Do you know very well if the president can say, listen, you guys in the crowd say, I want my government to run smoothly. Drop out those things. Let run the government. You know this thing is over. You say you tell the president got to run the government. It's true. But the buck stands with the president. This is in the president playbook. The president either have to speak, right, or help destroy what we are seeing. So if you tell me what you want the president to do, I want the president to first of all beat up with his black. The Unity Party lawmaker, over 20 of them. Because you got to also include the MDR lawmakers. You got to tell them, do you think we need this now? You don't have 49. Can we give due process? The president got a right to meet with his people, his party representative. He's the political leader. He can meet them behind closed door. But for the president to stay out of this and just come up one morning and say, I want to take a side and take the 43 men and women side, It means that the president position, if the president is taking that position, is detrimental to the affairs and the growth of our nation. It means that that position, you still have 29, 30 men against that position. Do you know what they can do, Fanny? Do you know what that 30 men can do in the next year, 2 years or so? Fanny, don't look at it now. Just think. They should be given due process. The rule within the House of Representatives should be squarely laid out. The president position is to first of all talk, not to stay away. You know JMB like I know JMB, or I know JMB more than you know JMB. Either which way, we know JMB that he will sit back, he will want to listen, but is he listening? Have he met them? Have he spoken to them? We got Samuel Steve who has sent you a letter. We got the assistant minister sending you a letter. One letter going to Fonati Kofa, one letter going to the chief of staff. Come on, say something to us. He's the father of the nation. He's the leader of the nation. Let him start hiding his hand. The president cannot draw back. Everybody knows he's in this thing. Funny, don't you think that even the babies know President Baka involved with this thing? Even the babies know.
Honestly, the president has been neutral. No, the president has been actually neutral.
No, that's not true.
No, he's neutral. The president is very neutral. If this person is involved with anything, but now it's over.
Vadisaki, my brother, there is no precedent in any country that this thing is happening. You are telling me the president is neutral and the vice president is neutral. That's not true. They have heard what's happening. They have spoken to their advisors. They know what's going on, so they are not neutral. Don't sit there and tell the Liberian people, oh, President Baka is neutral. So you mean that President Baka didn't know that there's a crisis in the House of Representatives?
Well, he's the one in the crisis.
You're neutral?
Yeah, well, he's just giving at the time. But CEO, you make a
we got to bring it on.
You make a request to the president, CEO.
Let me hold you right there. We have Senator Chea, the councillor, to explain it. Ladies and gentlemen, again, thank you for joining us. Welcome. Please share the show. We'll be bringing in Damo. What's going on with internet? The internet just tripped again. Let me ask Damo. Go ahead, make your point.
Yeah, so what I was saying, CEO, the worst thing you asking the president to do is to call United Party lawmaker to ask them to back up and work with a speaker that they do not want to work with.
I'm not asking the president to do that.
He said, but he said, you say the president today, let you drop it. These people don't want to work with Speaker Crawford. The president can't impose his will on them to work with Speaker Crawford. They are lost confidence in him. And the best way forward is for Speaker Crawford to walk away. That's the only option. Nothing going to keep Speaker Crawford in our position. Not even 49, he depends on to go 49. It's not going to happen.
Vadi, hold on 1 minute. Vadi, you see, this is phone talk, right?
Yeah.
You said the president knows nothing about this. You said the president is not involved.
Well, I mean, when I say he's neutral, he's not taking side. He's neutral for now.
You were explaining time. You were correct. You said all day tell the show.
No, I think he's neutral.
All right. Let me bring in the councillor. I think the councillor is ready. There we go. I think the councillor is ready. Good evening, Senator Chea. Good evening, Senator Chea. It's good to see you, sir. How you doing?
Sergeant, good evening. Hello, are you there?
Yeah. Yes, we can hear you, Senator. How you doing? Welcome to the show.
Good evening, Sergeant. Thank you.
It's good to see you.
Thank you for having me.
It's good to see you, man. I saw you from Sano. Therefore, you're from where my parents from. And you represent us. It's good to see you, Senator Chea.
Thank you. You're one of my constituents. I appreciate that.
You're welcome, sir. I was fortunate to speak to Yandwe Makomra yesterday, but we can talk that outside the bags against Senator.
I look forward to that.
Welcome to the Sunday Show. It's good that you join us. The nation want to hear from you. We read your post, and I read that thing over and over, and I said, I beg to reach out to you that we can discuss it on the show tonight, and here you are. We'll give you the time to explain your post, the reason why you wrote your post, and let's talk about the budget and what is happening in our country, sir.
Thank you again, Stato and your panelists, for having me this evening. My post came from the context of the submission of the budget by the president to the secretary of the Senate, the secretary of the, not secretary, but the chief clerk of the House, and the decision of the Chamber of Justice to deny the writ of prohibition prayed for by the speaker. That's the context of my post. And in my opinion, I thought that the executive proceeded
I think it's the network.
wrongly, especially so when the president intimated that his decision. So what I was saying, Saturn, is that in my opinion, the president proceeded wrongly by making the submission of the communication requesting for time or explain the circumstances regarding his decision not to submit the budget within the constitutional or legal time frame. And I thought that the president was in error by doing so, for the fact that the legislature is in session. And if the legislature is in session, communication, legislative instruments from the executive must be addressed to the head of the House, in the case of the House of Representatives, who is a speaker of the House of Representatives, and in the case of the Senate, to the president pro tempore. That's how it has been. And even as recently as the 31st of October, the president wrote the Speaker Kofa, informing him that the executive could not submit the budget in time, and that he was asking for an extension of time, just as recently as the 31st of October. So what then informed the decision of the president to now submit a follow-up communication regarding the submission of the budget to the chief clerk of the House. This is what I have a problem. And I think that by doing so, the executive has drawn itself into the dispute in the House. Because as you know, we have a crisis there at the moment, and that crisis concerns two factions, the anti-Kofa faction and the speaker faction. One side with 43, quote unquote, the other side with 30, including the speaker himself. And so I think that it does not help the process of finding a resolution to the crisis, for the president to want to disregard the authority of the speaker and make a submission of a communication that should have been addressed to the speaker, to the chief clerk of the House. Then, of course, I delve into the decision of the Chamber of Justice, Justice Bese, not to grant the writ of prohibition prayed for by Speaker Kofa. Because since that decision was made, there have been many interpretations, probably out of misunderstanding. There are some group who felt that the decision was against Speaker Kofa, or that the decision illegitimized him, and the decision was in favor of the anti-Kofa bloc, and that decision legitimized them. This is where I came from to say no. I think it was a misunderstanding. Anybody who thought so had a misunderstanding of what that decision meant. Because there's something in the law, there's something in statutory interpretation called the political question doctrine. And that doctrine we borrow from the US that we use in our judicial decisions, especially when it comes to the issue of the relationship between the three branches of our government, in the interest of coherence, in the interest of the separation of powers. And so matters that border purely on politics or that surround political issues, the court tries as much as possible to distance itself from those kind of matters, not to have a say in them. So when those kind of matters come before the court, what the court does, and which our Supreme Court did, is to say, no, this is not a legal matter. If you were to bring to us a justiciable matter, a matter that we can look at and say, yes, there's a legal issue here. This is a legal issue. Then we'll use the law to address our issue. But if it's political, then there is no law we can use to address that matter. For instance, as regarding the conflict we're talking about, we are not to the place where the anti-Kofa Black has made any move to remove the speaker in terms of having a session for that purpose, to say, yeah, we put this matter on the floor and we are going to remove the speaker, or that they remove the speaker unconstitutionally. That has not happened. Or that they prevented the speaker from presiding over a section of the House. That has not also happened. Because by law, the speaker is the presiding officer of the House. Meaning that he should preside over all sections, except unless he gives that authority to the deputy speaker, or where he is incapacitated by death, by illness, and otherwise, or absence from the country and otherwise. Other than that, he is a presiding officer, and it is he alone that must convene sections, that must preside, and nobody else. And nobody else. So when it was Joseph Bridget, what Joseph Bridget did was to say, look, your politics is politics. This is purely politics. He has not come to the legality yet. There's nothing constitutional or illegal about what they are doing here that we should get involved with. If they decide not to go to session, there's nothing the Supreme Court can do about it. If I decide to stay home, a group of senators decide to stay home, or just go to Capitol building and go in the conference room and sit down there and say they're not going to session, you cannot go to the Supreme Court to get a prohibition to stop them from going there. I'm also hearing that somebody advised the speaker, he's a lawyer himself, that he should go by way of mandamus. That also would not work. It will have the same effect. Because if you could not prohibit what they are doing, how can you compare them to do what they're not supposed to do, or compare them to go into the chamber, into the main chambers for session? You cannot do that. You cannot do that. So what the message I tried to convey in my post is that it was not that the Supreme Court did not recognize the authority of the speaker, or did not recognize the legitimacy of the speaker. That's why they threw the petition out. No, or that they recognize the anti-speaker group. That's why they did so. No, all they're saying is that this is political. It's best suited for you politicians to handle. So you handle it. When it gets to the legality and it comes to us, then we address it legally, constitutionally. But it's not there yet. So we cannot go there. So we'll try to resolve it. This is the message I try to convey,
So, Senator, thank you very much. And I mean, the nation listened to you after most people read your Facebook post. Senator, how does this hurt your chamber, your own side of the legislature, the Senate?
I'm not sure if I understood you clearly.
How does
There's a
this
little connectivity.
yeah this
Yeah,
fight how
please
does
go ahead.
this fight in the House of Representatives, how does it hurt the senators?
Well, yes, we are supposed to. The Constitution requires that we work together, we pass laws together. Because if the Senate um, acts on any instrument, that instrument has to go to the House. Or if they do the same thing, it has to come to us for concurrence. That's why the Constitution provides that we should sit together and that we should not stay apart from each other. That is no house, meaning the House of Representatives, the Senate, none should close more than, or should stay in operation more than 5 days after the order has closed. Because the order has closed, then what are you doing? What are you doing? Because if you pass instrument, you can send them to the House. You can't do that. And so yeah, it affects our work as well. That's why in the wisdom of the leadership of the Senate, we thought that it was necessary for us to get involved in finding a resolution to the crisis. And so we set up a mediation committee headed by Senator Besonga Finley to mediate in a crisis. And that mediation is ongoing. I just hope that the executive will do the same, because Sandra and everybody else under my voice, this crisis that is at the House of Representatives, it's not about Kofa. Kofa is just an individual. It has to do with governance. It has to do with the government. It has to do with the operation of the government. If the legislature is not functioning, the government will become dysfunctional. Let me repeat that. If the legislature is not functioning, the entire government will become dysfunctional. That's why, in my opinion, it is important and it's urgent as well for the presidency, for the executive to take an interest in this matter, the interest aimed at finding a resolution sooner than later. Because it gets into a crisis level, a level where the legislature may shut down. And if that happens, the entire government will shut down. One branch cannot, or two branches of the government cannot operate in isolation of the legislature. Be a shutdown of the government.
Senator, let me
I'm
bring
sure
the
the
rest.
president doesn't want that, and we don't want that as well. I don't want that as well. So
So
all
let
of
me
us
ask
have to
my.
play our part.
I know we got a few seconds delay. Let me ask my second question and bring the rest of the guys. It's good having you. We'll be very calm because we want to learn a lot from you. Do you think the executive marshal wrote the chief clerk? Do you think they have taken a position? The president, the executive marshal have taken a position here?
Well, in my opinion, yes. There are contrary opinions, but I think those opinions are not based on the actual situation that's happening. Because the thing is, starting on the 31st of October, we're talking about just about a week ago. Let's say a little over a week ago, because today the 10th of this month, so a little over a week ago, the president wrote the speaker of the House, informing him of the extenuating circumstances that might meditate against him submitting the national budget to the legislature in time. He wrote a speaker about that, and that he needed an extension of time. So my question is, what now informed the decision of the president to address a subsequent communication, not to the speaker, but to the chief clerk? They said that the president is aware of something now or knows something now that we don't know. That he say, okay, I don't think I will deal with Speaker Kufa anymore, but I will deal with the chief clerk. Can he do that? That's what we say. That's what I'm saying. That by doing so, the executive has drawn itself into the conflict. The president should not have done that. I hear contrary opinions back and forth about the House's rule 25.10. But you read that. Anybody can read that and interpret it. What does it say? You said that's what gives the president the authority to address that communication in question to the chief clerk of the House. But if you read Rule 25.10, it says the chief clerk to receive communication when the House is not in session. To receive communication, and it's happening anywhere in the world, even in the United States where you are. It happens just anywhere in the world. That's how the legislature operates. When we are not in session, communication for us address to come through the offices of the chief clerk and the secretary of the Senate. That's what happened. But now when we are in session, this said when the House is not in session. So the other question is the House in session? We can come to that. We can come to that later on.
Okay, so thank you, Senator. And again, folks, share the show. Is very interesting. I'm going to bring Kev Hassan. Guys, let's keep our question. We are speaking to Senator Augustine Chea from Sano County. I want to have a lot of takeaway tonight. Thereafter, we will be speaking to Senator James Barney. Senator James Barney will be coming by way of the phone. Kev, your two questions. We're bringing Vanny Saki and welcome our brother Abdullah Kiatama. It's good to see you. Kev.
Senator Chea, let me ask this question.
Kiatama, good evening.
Yeah. It's Kev speaking right now, Kiatama.
Okay.
How are you, sir? How are you, sir?
Yeah.
I'm doing good.
Okay. Let me ask you this question.
Don't let Kev get your hat on yet.
Go ahead. I'm sure I can respond to him appropriately.
You know the other side talking about they have the majority.
Go ahead, Kev. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think we're having some.
I'm listening.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
I'm hearing you. Yeah.
Okay. The other side saying they have the majority. The other side saying the government should do business with them. They have quorum. They're saying everything with the absence of the speaker. But let me ask you what the law say. What their rules say. The rules say they can have a split chamber. Can they have a split chamber?
Absolutely not. No rule say that. No rule say that because the rules are a byproduct of the Constitution. The rules cannot be in conflict with the Constitution or cannot be repugnant to the Constitution. They are a subset of the Constitution. So there's nothing like having a split session. No, absolutely not. Not in the rules and not in the Constitution. They must have a session presided over, as I quoted Article 32 of the Constitution. The article quoted of the Constitution. They must have the session. They must have a section. The session presided over. Article 32, section presided over. Regular session once a year. That section presided over by the speaker. The speaker, Article 49. The speaker is the presiding officer. They say the House will elect its officers. the speaker, who is the presiding officer, Article 49, the speaker who is the presiding officer, then it follows, and the deputy speaker and other officers. Presiding officer means that he must preside over sessions. They cannot hold any session without the speaker presiding. If the speaker does not preside, it means that the speaker must authorize the deputy speaker, or in the absence of the deputy speaker, the next ranking officer, maybe the chair or executive, as in the case of the Senate, to preside. Or if the executive president is not there, the chair on foreign affairs, as in our case, or the chair on judiciary will preside. I mean, the speaker is not there, and the speaker has authorized that it should be this way. Or in a situation where the speaker is incapacitated, if he's ill or if he's deceased, then yeah, you're not authorizing anybody to do that. Then by operation of law, then the deputy speaker will take the charge until an election for speaker is held. In that order. But unless that happens, the deputy speaker has no authority whatsoever to preside over sessions while the speaker is present and at work, and without his authority to do so. He cannot do that. And so there's nothing called majority. You know, majority defined in the context of the Constitution. That constitutional majority is that they must have 37% to conduct sections. 37%, which is a simple majority. They must have that 37% to conduct section. Not conduct section on their own or without the authority of the speaker, without the speaker presiding, but conduct section presided over or with the authority of the speaker. So while they are 43 or what have you, they cannot do that. Because you know the gavel is in the hand. The gavel is in the hand of the speaker. The power, the authority to conduct sessions, to preside over sessions, resides with the speaker. No one else. The Constitution is very clear. The speaker is the presiding officer. They say the speaker and the deputy speaker are presiding officers. No, so the speaker is the presiding officer. No one else can preside unless the speaker. I mean, that's the Constitution I'm talking about here.
So, Senator,
Yes, sir.
are you saying, because a lot of folks talking about this majority, simple majority, 37, but let me say this. I don't know if our framers, that's what they were thinking about, that if I have 37 plus, I can sit down in Calabash and they say, look, we can do business so long I get 37. So I can take my 37 guys, we go somewhere in a birthday party, have a couple of drinks, and so we don't want the speaker again, let's do business. That's the vision of our framers?
Absolutely not. That's precisely the framers. That's precisely what the framers of the Constitution wanted to guard against. When they said, you know, we borrow our Constitution from where? From the U.S. And we know the background to all of that, where the colonies came from, the circumstances of their moving to the new world and what have you. So they put in all of these safeguards so that you not have an imperial presidency, an imperial speaker, and imperial officers of the government, or so that people will not do anything at will, that everybody will work within the confines of the laws, the Constitution, and the laws. So the safeguard is there. You can be 48, you can be whatever. You cannot remove the speaker unless you have that 2/3. And the 2/3 requirement is that in the case of the House of Representatives, it's 49%. So if they have 49%, they can put a resolution on the floor. They can ask the speaker to recuse himself. They can give him due process, which the Constitution also requires. Then They put on the floor, they debate it, they vote upon it, and they carry it 49 or more, the speaker is out. But they cannot. No group of representatives or lawmaker can take upon themselves the constitutional authority of removing the speaker outside of the Constitution. Well, the Constitution does not go. Any law does not give. It withholds. The Constitution does not say so. So no, you can't go anywhere and sit down there and still have the majority. That in this case, for the 3 representatives. Yes, that's a big number. But again, in as much as they have the number, that number does not have the constitutional authority to hold session and to act upon any legislative instrument or to remove the speaker.
Thank you very much, Vanisaki.
Right.
Thank Vanisaki. Talk your 2 questions, sir.
Thank you so much to Senator Chea. And I read up. It was almost like supporting what I've been saying over and over. I think the reason we're still having a conversation with people refuse to understand that the House of Representatives of the legislative branch is a political theater occupied by politicians. So sometimes, and let me just say, any speaker who think he or she can wholly depend on just the constitutional aspect and not the political aspect to maintain the speakership, most of the time we're running into trouble. We've been down the road before. This is now the first. We get history to prove that it was not wrong what happened in the past. As you stated there in your letter, it was very clear. This issue is pure political. It's got nothing to do with legal.
Absolutely.
We are not even talking about removal. Majority is a smart thing. That's a smart thing that any group of politicians. That's why I'm gonna hail the majority black. Everybody that form part of the majority black, I consider them the most smartest 21st century politician, because the best way to get a speaker who is unpopular or the power, if you can use a legal means, you use a political means, and that's the best way, is to create a block that prevent the speaker from having a quorum to conduct the business without having any good speaker who really think about the country and put the country above himself or herself. We just have to walk away, not because he or she is lazy, but because he has been legislatively disarmed to conduct the business of the speaker. So, Mr. Chea, my question to you.
I'm not going to get into the argument, because in doing so would mean that I'm taking sides. So
I honestly, I
want to maintain a neutral position, sir.
Yeah, yes, thank you. So, Mr. Chea, here we are. It's clear. I'm not trying to announce myself as the chief spokesman for the majority black, but enjoy an excellent relationship. So when I tell you something about that black, it is the black is determined. There's no compromise about it. It's not negotiable. Speaker Kofa must go, and you have to go. No option. Speaker Kofa is determined. I don't have the 37 to ever conduct quorum. I will never preside as speaker with the condition. So we will strangulate the government for the rest of the regime. Now, in the condition where the government has to operate,
propose to resolve the quagmire.
The best. That's what I in my read up. I didn't sugarcoat my piece of advice to the president. I said we've been down the road before, and other solutions were used. I'm asking President Joseph Numa Baga, Senator Chea, to just do one thing: recognize and immediately start to do business with the majority black, and the crashes will disappear. Like it disappeared in 2007, like it disappeared in 2016. There's no way around this. There are two groups are not compromised.
Let's get to your question.
Can I come in there? Can I come in there? Can I come in there?
Yes, sir, Senator. Go ahead, please.
And you know why we have a repeat of this situation, the pre-Edward Slow electoral situation today, is because the Constitution was circumvented. The president at the time disregarded the Constitution and went political. And because pressure came upon them, each of them, they decided to resign. That was not the right thing to do. And that's why we're having a situation today. That's why you have for the 3 presidents who are saying, well, we don't want a speaker, even though we don't have the constitutional to try to remove him, but we create a political situation that he will not be able to pressurize to resign. That happened to former Speaker Snow and former Speaker Tyler. But in this case, you have a lawyer. Francis Kofa is a lawyer, and he's saying the law must be the law, and I support that. For me, I'm on the side of the law. I'm not on the side of anybody. I'm just on the side of the law. If you have to do it within the confines of the law. Look, all of us, each of us, took an oath upon embarking upon this journey, upon assuming office, either as a senator or as a representative, to protect and defend the Constitution and laws of this country. If we have a country of laws, we'll be okay. If we have, let me repeat that. If we have a country of laws, if the rule of law prevails in our country, irrespective of all of the difficulties, all of the problems that we're having, our country will be better off. But if we circumvent the law and continue to circumvent the law, we're going nowhere. There will be crisis after crisis. Some group of people might get up one day and say they don't want a president. Should the president resign? Because some group of people demonstrating, we have demonstration upon demonstration in this country before, in other places. Do president resign because of that? No. Because they do not meet the constitutional requirement to get a president out, to impeach him. That's what the Constitution says. If you are dissatisfied with the president, let him be impeached. Bring the impeachable offenses. Let the House of Representatives draw up the articles of incorporation, and let's go to the Senate for trial and get the president out. Let him impeach him and send him to the House and let him go through the impeachment trial. And if he's guilty, get him out. That's what the law says. In this case, in the case of the Speaker, the Constitution says, if you don't want the Speaker, that's your right. You elected him by a two-thirds majority. And it's that same two-thirds majority can put him out. So if you don't want him, get a two-thirds majority and put him out. If it's done constitutionally, it will be better off. It will be good for everybody. It will be held by everybody. That means that we respect the law. We function within the confines of the law. So the very us who took oath to protect and defend the Constitution are the very ones who want to violate the Constitution. And say, let's put political pressure on the man. Yes, now it's political, but the political pressure is not sufficient. The political pressure is not sufficient to remove the Speaker, unless the Speaker wants to succumb to pressure and resign, as Tyler did. But the Speaker said, no, you will not resign. If they want to get him out, they should do it through the constitutional means, meaning that they should get their 49% the two-thirds, and he'll go.
Thank you very much.
And I think we should stay within the confines of the law. It's good for our governance.
Thank you very much, Councillor Senator. Thank you. Let me bring in Abdullah Kiatama. Abdullah, please.
Yeah, Senator, welcome. Happy to see you. Can you hear me?
Thank you, Kaitamba.
Oh, well,
yeah, I'm hearing you.
Yeah, so look, there are two issues here. There are two different goals and interests. One is the Speaker wants to stay. He wants to govern as a Speaker. One group wants to remove the Speaker as a Speaker. But the Speaker does not have a quorum. So let's put one argument aside and look at one argument. One group wants to remove the Speaker. They do not have the magical 49 numbers. The Speaker wants to stay and govern, but you have to reset it and conduct business. So the Speaker basically cannot function. So the Speaker is dysfunctional. They have incapacitated the Speaker by depriving of the number to be a capacitated and effective Speaker. And you raise an issue of the political doctrine separation question. So that you, in your judgment, the Speaker was wrong to pursue a legal issue on the matter that required political negotiation. Is that what I'm understanding for your own write-up? You are saying, Speaker, you were wrong to adopt a legal process that require a political negotiation. Am I understanding you right? First of all, that's what I want to ask.
No. I don't think that's what I meant. I don't think that's what I said. What I said was that the speaker was in error to seek a prohibition from the Supreme Court. Listen, I'm coming to that now. Please, I'm coming to that.
Yeah, okay.
He had no business. He had no business going for prohibition because the prohibition is a legal issue. It's a legal issue. It's legal. If the Supreme Court will grant a prohibition, meaning that there must be law that will compare for the three to desist from what they are doing or to stop what they are doing. The Supreme Court is simply saying, no, we don't have that kind of law. We don't have that kind of authority to compare them to go and sit on you or to disengage from what they are doing, sitting in the joint chambers, talking about removing you. That's political. They have not done anything that is legal here. If they are doing anything that is legal, as for example, they say they remove you, they have some section, quote unquote section, and they say they removed you, then you can challenge that. And so no, that removal was unconstitutional. Then you can carry that constitutional matter to the court to prohibit them from doing so. But he has not got it. He has not reached there, Mr. Cooper. That's why they didn't grant it. They didn't grant it. It doesn't mean that the law, the Constitution is not on his side. Yes, the Constitution is on his side. The Constitution is not on the side of the 43.
So
it's a political question for now.
Right. So you basically agree with what I said because the issue is the question of the prohibition, right? The rate. So basically you are saying he should be using a political judgment,
right?
Not using legal instrument to achieve what can be achieved politically. The time was not right for him to do that.
They should go. In other words, the Supreme Court, in other words, tacitly was saying, go and settle it politically. Right. It has not reached the point where you should come to the court.
So let's look at a broader issue.
That's what I meant.
This is a crisis. You are senator. You discussing the matters here. But look, the speaker is exhausting all his weapons in his arsenals. He has gone to the legal matter, engaged in prohibition. They knocked that down. Basically, they said, look, we not reached that level of violation yet. There's this recent protest. Recent protest did not garner the kind of momentum to shake the 43 groups or to bring the level of public pressure we need. What is your solution? If you were to advise Speaker Kofa tonight, what would you tell him to address this issue? Since we have basically it's stalemate right now, what would be your advice?
Katamba, what I will not do as a lawyer myself, as someone who is a believer of our Constitution, from what? As an adhering to the laws of our country, I would say that anything we do must be within the confines of the law. Katamba, the danger in this is that, look, if we didn't have the situation with Snow and with Tyler during the Ellen's regime, we don't have it today. We don't have it today. And because we had that, and that happened, we allowed that to happen. We allowed Tyler to resign. We allowed Snow to resign. That's why some guys got up today and said they can do the same thing to remove the speaker. Is that the way we want to govern our country? And we think that when we remove Speaker Kofa today, tomorrow, maybe the next few months, you'll not have another crisis? Because when you try to put aside or do away with the Constitution now and go just political, and the politics must take precedence over the Constitution, over the laws, then you have this kind of situation over and over. And one day, too, somebody will be saying the president should resign. Group of people getting the street and maybe block the entry to the marshal all over the place and say the president should resign. Will the president resign? I don't think so. Is that what we want? Is that how we want to govern our country? We say a country of laws. This government came to power on the promise of adhering to the rule of law. That's one of the pillars of the arrest agenda. And we must submit to the rule of law in everything that we do. You think why America that you are in, you feel so comfortable living in? You think why it is the way it is? The common policeman in the street, you are afraid of him, right? In this country, nobody afraid of the policeman. Are you there, Katama?
Yeah, I'm
Katama, are you
listening.
there?
Yeah, I'm listening. Yeah, I'm listening.
The
Yeah,
policeman
yeah,
is
so-
in America. The
Yeah,
policeman
we
is in
hear.
America. You
You
are
mean
afraid of
Liberia?
him. No one's afraid of the policeman here because we have no respect for our laws. So should we continue to disrespect our laws? Is that what you're saying? Because Kofa go,
No,
yeah. Okay, Kofa could go. Kofa
So,
could go.
move-
So because you think that
let
will
move
solve the
on,
problem,
Katama.
it will not solve the problem
Sen- I never asked him
because
for law.
it will create that it will create a domino effect. You have this kind of
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
happening
yeah.
over and over. Yes, Tyler did it, Snow did it, Kofa did it. Another group of people come again. They say we don't want the other person. It will be crisis after crisis, crisis after crisis, and the government will be affected. Yes, sir.
Honorable Senator, at no point did I say an illegal process is acceptable. I did not infer that or say that. What I'm trying to tell you, what I'm trying to ask you is simple. We know the need for the 9 to remove the speaker. He's still the speaker, so there's no coup yet. He's still the speaker. If they declare someone a speaker in the absence of that 49, they will have a violation of the law. But at this point, he's still the speaker. My question to you is that
thank you for that recognition.
Yes, he's incapacitated. Forget about the legal action now. You
that's correct. That's what myself said. I said he can't hold section.
Yeah.
He can't hold section because it doesn't have
what is your suggestion to the speaker? What is your advice to the speaker to resolve the political crisis? Because the legal crisis is gone to the Supreme Court. Supreme Court said, look, they has not risen to the level that require our intervention. We don't think any major violation took place. What will be your advice to resolve? This is a political crisis. This has not reached that legal point. So my question to you is, what is your suggestion to the speaker to resolve the impasse and move on with the people agenda or passing bills? What will be your suggestion to the speaker? That's my question.
So Katama, as a neutral player in this matter, I will not only advise the speaker, I will also advise the majority black that we must stay within the confines of the law. We must find a constitutional resolution to this matter. Because look, this is political. It's going the political way for now. But should we resolve it politically? My point is, Katama, yeah, somebody, I mean, like they did in the case of Speaker Tyler, Speaker Snow, pressure came upon them from the religious community, from all sorts of people to give up in the interest of the state. Put country first, but you don't put country first that way. You are harming the country. You are not doing good for the country by doing that, by circumventing your laws, by saying the laws don't matter, the Constitution doesn't matter. A group of people can get up anytime and decide what they want to do. What the essence of us having the Constitution and the laws? What are they for? So what I would advise Speaker Kofa is that he should not pursue this matter politically, because politically meaning that don't say, you know, I'm not going to go to court when it comes to a point to go to court. You should go to court when it comes to a point to go to court. When it comes to a place and time to go to court. He can do that. At the same time, too, I can also advise him to negotiate with a colleague who are disenchanted about a number of things, about his leadership, whatever that may be. He should find a way to reach out to them. He should do that. They should try to come to a place where they can reach some compromises, a political settlement. And the guys who on the other side, the representatives for the 3 representatives on the other side should also see reason to sit and talk. The Senate has a mediation committee. A mediation committee is coming from ECOWAS. It's coming from the ECOWAS. Let them sit with these people and listen to them. Whatever the grievances are, let them put them on the table. Let them resolve them. Whatever the issues are, let them put on the table and resolve them to move forward. But I'm against undoing the legality for the political. I'm against that.
Senator Councilor Augustine Chea, thank you very much. Again, we have so many questions, but we have Senator James Barnett who wrote a letter and a post, and there was something contrary to what you said. We again, guys, we will speak only about the budget.
He was
And,
arguing the rules because you say rules when the house is not in session. The house is in
Yeah,
session.
but I want to know what I'm saying to you, Senator. I have invited Senator Barney. If you don't mind, I can bring him on because it's not only about us; it's about educating all Liberians home and abroad. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to bring in
a colleague and a law student.
Yes, I'm going to bring in Senator James Barney from Maryland County, Republic of Liberia. Senator Barney, welcome to the show, sir. How are you? Thank you again for accepting our invite. I know both of you did a post contrary to each other, but here we are. For the sake of Liberians home and abroad, help us understand. Welcome to the show tonight, Senator James Barney. We still have Senator Augustine Chea. Welcome, Senator Barney.
Thank you, folks. I'm happy to be invited to give my perspective. And like I said in my write-up, I disagreed with Senator Chea, who insists that the president was wrong for not sending a communication to Speaker Kofa. And in his opinion, the budget must be sent to Speaker Kofa. I do agree Speaker Kofa remains the Speaker of the House until he is constitutionally removed. What I do not agree with is why the majority members of the House have written or complained against Speaker Kofa, and for which reason he is deemed to have been recused of the position that he is qualified to preside over them. Especially so when neither the judiciary nor the executive can compare them to sit under his gavel. So, yes, you are Speaker, but with the accusation against you by your colleagues, you are deemed recused. And while you are deemed recused, they will not sit under your gavel. And if the budget is forwarded to Speaker Kofa, what would be the ultimate objective of sending the budget to him? There's one reason, only one reason, why the budget is submitted to the House. One reason is for the majority members of the House to pass the budget. All the other concerns are procedural. As you go through the Speaker, it will be sent to the chief clerk for the chief clerk to submit it to plenary. Those are procedural, traditional, acceptable norms of the House. But the ultimate reason why the budget goes to the House is for the majority members to pass the budget. As is, the Speaker lacks the capacity to deliberate on the budget because he does not enjoy the confidence anymore of his colleagues. So what would be the essence of sending the budget to the Speaker? Does that suggest he's no more Speaker? No. Until he is investigated and constitutionally removed, he still remains Speaker. But a Speaker who is accused by his colleagues and who's undergoing investigation for which they cannot subject themselves to his gavel. So if it is for the legislature to deliberate on the budget and get it passed, Speaker Kofi cannot help the country at this particular point in time. Absolutely, he cannot help the country. I listened to my colleague talk about the judiciary coming up with a position that the matter is political. I do absolutely agree. Except that my colleague in the studio is agreeing that the matter is political, but he's saying it should be addressed legally. You're not addressing the issue in the legislature legally, you are addressing it politically, because it's about numbers. Yes, the number to remove the speaker is not attained, and until that number is attained or the speaker resigns, he remains the speaker. But the question is, does he have the capacity to deliberate as speaker?
Colleague,
Well, Senator, can you unmute yourself? Only you can unmute yourself. Senator James Barney, can you unmute yourself? You got
to. Yeah.
No, it's
Can I
not
go
you,
ahead?
Senator. No, Senator Chea,
Okay.
1 minute. We are losing
Okay.
Senator Barney. He got to unmute himself. Senator Barney, when they call your phone, you would go. All right, let me see.
You got to go off and come back on.
No, he's good.
So,
Go ahead,
am I
sir.
back
You
on?
good? Yes, go ahead. Finish up.
I'm sorry for the interruption. I received a call while I was on the line. And I'm saying the ultimate reason why the budget goes to the legislature is for the legislature to deliberate on the budget for that constitutional requirement, Article 33, to be achieved, that a simple majority of quorum of the legislature must pass the budget. If it is already clear that the speaker does not have the capacity and you send the budget there, you are inviting a crisis. Because I, in the position of the speaker, what I would do, would put the budget under my arm and say, well, the budget is with me now, they got to come to me. And if they are saying they're not going to go to you because they do not have confidence in you to preside, except you undergo an investigation, then we could have a crisis. And so I disagree with my colleague. You know,
Thank you, Senator Barney. Senator Barney, let's hold you for a second. Let's give Senator Chea the chance, because a lot of folks follow both of you and your post on Facebook. It raised a lot of alarm. So, Senator Chea, you listen to Senator Barney. What's your response?
Yes, I did. I don't know what Senator Barney is disagreeing with, whether it's a political question issue or whether it's a legality issue. Because he just said that to remove the speaker, there should be a process where they convene a section where the speaker will recuse himself for them to.
No, you didn't get me.
Okay.
What I said is that until the speaker is constitutionally removed, he remains the speaker. But as is now, he is considered recused from presiding over his colleagues because they do not enjoy his confidence any longer. And so if you were to send a budget to him, he doesn't have the capacity to have quorum, you're not going to have a budget deliberated upon. And
so how does the recusal come about? Is it automatic?
The recusal, once you are accused,
it's a process.
No, once you are accused by your colleagues, and they are saying they cannot sit on your gavel until
you are recused automatically.
Excuse me now. Until you are investigated, your position to preside is compromised. And so if they send a budget to you, when you do not
have they confronted the speaker with accusations in a section?
That would be when he is
Give me chance. I'm
Not
trying
while
to
he's
address
presiding.
what you
He
said.
cannot preside.
Is
Investigation.
recusal automatic? I'm asking why recusal is automatic. Now, when they say
Oh,
speaker
but once,
the speaker has done XYZ, the speaker recuses himself. Is that automatic?
yeah, I'm saying,
Or it's a process?
yes, it's,
Or are they supposed to bring the grievances to section and ask that, look, we have
but
grievances against the speaker. During this
okay,
section, we do
so,
not want the speaker to
so
preside,
let me
the speaker to
explain that.
recuse himself.
Let me
Then the deputy
let me
speaker
explain
should
that.
take
Let me
charge
explain
so
that.
that we can put
Let
our
me explain
grievances.
that.
Go.
Let me
That's my
explain that.
understanding.
So as is, the speaker was written. He's confronted with his charges, which in my opinion and in the opinion of the majority of members means that until he undergoes an investigation, they cannot sit under his gavel. So according to you, even though
how
he's
do they
accused,
do that?
but the procedure is that you accuse me, I still preside over you until there is a process to remove me. It
No,
doesn't work that way.
Senator Bannon, you are getting it wrong. The speaker, let's go back. The speaker is
Okay.
accused.
Yet he
By
presides.
virtue of the fact that he's accused, he recuses himself because he's
Yeah.
accused. Is that what you are implying?
But
Or are you
that
saying
one
that
is
the speaker is
fine.
accused?
But
In as much as he's
listen,
accused,
but
he cannot preside over them, meaning that they go to section, because that's how it's done. They go to
excuse
section
me.
and ask the
Mhm.
speaker for recusal. Yeah. And
Go
then
ahead.
the section is presided over by the deputy speaker, because the speaker is now officially recused.
But that's it. But that's
Then the
exactly
deputy
what's
speaker,
happening.
the deputy
So the
speaker
now,
presides. Then they put their grievance on the table and vote upon them.
but the deputy speaker is presiding. While you his
Because
opinion is that
that's how it's done, Senator Bannon.
the
It's
speaker is.
not a way that you suggested.
But you have to come under my gavel for us to decide how I get recused. And they are saying we cannot go under your gavel. But here's the point.
No, I don't think, no, Senator Bannon,
Here's
there's
the
a
point.
procedure. We have the same procedure in the Senate.
But here's the point.
If somebody is accused, if we accuse the president pro tempore of anything,
if the majority members,
we have to go to section with that and ask the president pro tempore to recuse himself.
That's what I'm saying. Listen, if the majority members decide, it's different from 5%, 6% accusing you. If the majority members,
Banny, where is the majority? What is that majority? Where is that majority constitutionally?
And then I disagree with you. I disagree with you.
What is?
I disagree.
So what is the authority of that majority constitutionally? Because if you say
what you are saying, the belief that you have.
Listen. You are saying you have a procedure, but do away with the procedure. Once the speaker is accused, let him recuse himself. They go to section and put the deputy speaker preside, and they pass upon whatever grievances they have. No, that's not how it is done.
But that's exactly what's happening.
They must go to section and ask the speaker to recuse himself because they have grievances against them, and the speaker will recuse himself, and then the deputy speaker will preside, and then they go into the grievances.
What you have obtaining now is that the speaker is saying he must preside until they get to remove him. And the majority members are saying no.
I don't think
the majority members are saying no.
It's accurate. The speaker is saying they should come to the main chamber because that's the place of business. That's the place they conduct session.
So when they go to the main chamber, let me ask you a question.
Let me ask you to recuse himself.
Let me ask you a question. So they go to the main chamber. Who presides over them?
Senator Banny.
The
speaker is a presiding officer. He will preside. Listen now. Listen. You will preside from the beginning. No, but
the speaker is not an imperial.
Wait. No, you have to give me chance.
The speaker is not an imperial.
Senator Banny.
No.
Senator Banny. We will ask you.
Senator Chea, and ask the speaker to recuse himself. This is not war fighting. They're not fighting war. Speaker does not have bombs to throw at anybody. We have grievances against you, and you will not preside over this section. So recuse yourself.
But that's
so that
exactly
the
what they've
speaker
said.
can
And the
preside.
speaker is saying,
So that's what you
okay,
do.
okay.
No, the speaker
So can I come,
cannot say
can I
that.
come
The
in?
speaker
Hold on,
cannot say
Can I
that.
come in?
Senator
Can I come
Barney.
in?
The speaker can
Senator
never say
Barney.
that. He can
Senator
recuse
Barney,
himself. He
wait
can
1
never say
minute.
that.
Can I?
Senator Barney.
He can say that. The speaker
Senator
can
Barney,
never say
please.
that. He can recuse
Wait,
himself.
wait, wait.
No, he can.
Senator
He
Chea.
didn't do that.
Senator Chea, we beg that we go one at a time for the audience because
Thank
the
you.
whole country is listening to you guys. So we're going to go to Senator Barney to make his point, and we'll come back to you. But please also allow us to ask some questions. Senator Barney, please go ahead.
Precisely. My colleague is confusing two things here. The requirement to remove the speaker, which is 2/3 the membership of the House, should not be confused with the majority saying you cannot preside over them, even though you are still officially the speaker. You can preside over us because you are deemed recused by virtue of the complaint by a 2/3 majority who will not sit under your gavel until you are investigated. We shouldn't confuse the two. You wrote that the president will be in error to not send the budget to the speaker. I said from the onset that there is only one reason why the budget goes to the House. One reason. And that reason is for the House to deliberate, appropriate, and pass the budget. And the only authority in the House to do that is not the speaker. It's not the deputy speaker. It's not a combined effort of the speaker and the deputy speaker. The only authority to do that is the majority. And if the president writes to say, look, I am doing consultation, in my opinion, that is in line with coordination, which is spoken of in the Constitution, that he's trying to mediate, as we are trying to do, to see whether there can be an amicable solution before the budget is submitted. And people cannot say why the president is not getting involved. He's trying to do what he can do. That's the reason why he asks for time. But in the event that the two sides remain adamant, if you send the budget to the speaker, who can do nothing with the budget, absolutely nothing in the absence of the majority, then you yourself invited crisis. If the budget went to the majority members who constitutionally have the authority, you may argue procedural issues, but you will have a budget. And if the speaker thinks that the procedural breach rises to constitutional violation, the place then to go is the Supreme Court. But the executive would take a serious risk if if the executive is knowledgeable as it is right now, that the majority cannot be presided over by the speaker, and they send the budget to the speaker when the speaker can do nothing, and 2-3 months comes and we don't have a budget. The majority will say, you knowingly send the budget to the one who does not have the number to legitimize the budget or to pass the budget. Whereas if it went the other way, well, the speaker could argue that procedurally the budget was not delivered, but at least we'll have a budget. So
Thank you.
For now, the president is not in error to say, let me do a little bit more consultation. Let me see what can be worked out behind the scene before I can submit the budget. So I disagree.
Senator Barney, thank you. Senator Barney, we said thank you. We're going to hold you there. Please don't you leave. We got to ask you some questions too. Let's go to Senator Chea. Senator Chea, you must respond to Senator Barney, sir, please.
Yes, Sergeant, thank you. I don't know whether my colleague is getting me right. I've never argued against the president doing consultations. I've never argued against that.
You say you should send the budget to Fnandi. I mean, send the budget to the speaker.
No, listen.
Under the circumstance.
I didn't say budget. I never argue against the president doing consultations. My argument was about the president writing the chief clerk of the House instead of the speaker. That's my argument. I stand by that. And that argument is supported by law.
Can I ask you a
Then
question
others,
before you
then the
proceed?
others, except
Can
you
I
want
ask
to
you a question
argue,
before you proceed?
no, please. When I'm finished, then you can ask your question. I didn't interrupt you. Let me finish, Senator Bani. Let's have some decorum. So then there's an argument about the House Rule 25 that everybody running all over the place with. I'm sure that's where Senator Bani is also.
No. I never stated that.
That
You read
that
read up.
the chief clerk can
No,
receive
I didn't say that.
communication, but it says when the House is not in session. Now, to argue that the president can send the budget to the majority and not the speaker because the speaker will not act upon it, then Senator Bani, as a student of law, you must argue in favor of the law. You must stand for the law. What is the law? The law for now is on the side of the speaker. If the president decides not to submit a budget, business, he can do that. But if the president wants to submit a budget, he cannot submit a budget to the majority because they have the name quote unquote majority. No, that majority has no legal authority to act on any legislative instrument. And that is supported by the Constitution. They have no such authority. The presiding officer of the House is the Speaker. Read Article 49. He is the Speaker. Communication should be addressed to him. He is the presiding officer. He administers the affairs of the House. To say that because they are in the majority, so he can send it to them, as in the case of Snow, as Ellen did in the case of Snow, is absolutely wrong. It's out of order. It's unconstitutional. It's illegal. You cannot legitimize them because of the number. It's the law that legitimizes them. It's the law that legitimizes the speaker. So they cannot be legitimized by virtue of that number because that number does not have the constitutional authority to do anything. They cannot do anything. So the president cannot send the budget to them. And also, if they want to put their grievances on the floor, let them come to the chamber. Ask the speaker to recuse himself. Speaker is duty bound to recuse himself.
Thank you very much, Senator Chea. Thank you very much, Senator Chea, because we got about maybe 4 more minutes to spend with both senators. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Senator James Bani from Maryland, and we have Senator Chea from Sano, both from the southeastern region. Only on this matter, we are discussing what is happening at the House of Representatives, and we appreciate Senator Chea and Senator Bani. Senator Bani, you are on Stone. It's on Facebook that you want a budget to go to the 43 men and women, which is the majority black. Am I correct?
What I said, Stanton, I said that in the event that the majority members of the House continue their position that they cannot sit under the gavel of the Speaker, if you send the budget to the Speaker, you are running a course of constitutional crisis. You're going to most definitely not have a budget when you need.
Well, let me ask you my second question real quick for the guys who come in. So, Senator Bani, though, what is it? Well, they are disenchanted. No, I'm asking my question, sir. They are disenchanted. They don't want to sit under the Speaker. They got 44 members. They say we don't want to sit under the Speaker. What is the rule right here? If you don't want to sit under the Speaker, go in session, present your complaint. The Speaker then, as per the rule, will recuse himself.
Absolutely.
But didn't excuse me.
Nobody throwing bombs all over the place.
Didn't you follow the trend of events? Let me answer that. Didn't you follow the trend of events when all of them were at one point and there was confusion that broke out because people would not be procedural? So they started with that. They ended up where they are.
The Speaker was not in the country. The Speaker was not in the country then.
Excuse me.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So the bottom line is they started and people decided to do what they were doing, which prevented an orderly process. And people said, look, if some of them prefer to be this way, that we can be orderly, then it's best that we assemble in this place, which is also the same building. My question to the folks is that we have to view this thing in context. When the Constitution says that the Speaker is the presiding officer, the Constitution is making reference to a situation normal where the Speaker enjoys the confidence of his colleagues. Where he doesn't enjoy the confidence of his colleagues, he cannot insist that he presides over them.
Thank you.
What's the reliance for that?
What's the reliance? That's
what's your constitutional reliance for that?
You
that.
You listen to the interpretation of the Supreme Court. The court said, yes, you listen to the interpretation of the Supreme Court. The court said, and you admitted to that the issue is political. That issue
that's not what you just said. That's
the 43 is political. You cannot compare them to be under the Speaker.
Right. I agree.
You cannot compare them.
That's what I really mean. So if they don't want to say on the Speaker, they cannot be compared to do so. But the Speaker is still the Speaker until they do the right thing.
Yeah, but not necessarily.
Senator Chea, I beg for us to squeeze in. I beg for us to squeeze in our question. My next question to you, then Ketema will come in and Kef Hassan. One senator, only you, Senator Barney, because you came on late. Thank you for coming. My question is, for that the Speaker say, I am not going to resign.
Right.
If the Speaker hold to that position, Senator Barney, what's your message for the people of Liberia? Isn't this a serious crisis?
My thing is, firstly, let's understand that the Liberian people did not elect him Speaker. His colleagues elected him Speaker. He was elected to the position of He was elected to the position of representative. It is the confidence of his colleagues that gave him the opportunity to be Speaker and preside over them. So if it reaches the point parliamentarily where he cannot enjoy the confidence, or he doesn't enjoy the confidence any longer, in my opinion, the question is to him, not to the majority. Where you do not enjoy the confidence of your colleagues and the business of the country has to move forward, what do you say to them? That's the question.
I mean, so let me bring it. I beg you, we're going to, real quick, I beg you, Senator Chea, when Ketema asks his question, you will come in. I beg you, Senator Chea. Let me bring in Abdullah Ketema, Kef Hassan, and Vanisaki. Abdullah, you can put your question to either senator, it doesn't matter. So, 2 questions.
Well, Senator Barney, I actually picked my interest. Senator Barney, you try to be practical, but I think here is a combination of the law and what is practical, what is effective. You are saying the executive will be foolhardy, will be naive to basically send it to who was incapacitated by not having the number to operate in a quorum. But you're basically saying these guys don't have a legitimacy. So might does not make a right. They do not have a legitimacy. They do not have a legitimacy. They can be in 1,000. If the law does not require 1,000 to have that constitutional legitimacy, so basically you are telling the executive to break the law.
Right.
Basically break the law.
Are you asking a question or you?
Yeah, I'm asking a question, yeah.
Correct.
No,
Correct.
what I'm trying to say, you got me wrong. I'm saying Article 33 of the Constitution provides that the authority of the legislature, the authority is not in an imperial speaker, it's in a quorum. It's not in an imperial speaker, it's in a quorum. And if the speaker lacks the capacity to conduct the business because he cannot establish a quorum, then obviously it makes no sense sending the budget to him because you're going to achieve nothing. So the requirement for legitimacy is quorum, not the speaker.
So just a follow-up. So you based in the Constitution, but the Constitution does not say for the 3 people outside the speaker should conduct
Outside
business
the what?
as head of the house. And come in. So you cannot use the constitutional to push for one agenda when it should be applied broadly. So you
Right.
have a selective situation where, okay, I can exploit the constitution to advance this agenda, but if it applies today, I can do that. So basically, you are saying the constitution does not explicitly, implicitly imply that anybody, that 43 numbers, can do any kind of thing without meeting some constitutional threshold or benchmark. So what are you
Absolutely.
saying? At one
Right.
point, he does not have a
So which is the
quorum.
constitutional? What's the constitutional benchmark? If that don't quorum, what's the constitutional benchmark?
No, I agree on
That-
quorum. I mean, so if there's a quorum, it's an argument. But what about the other people? 43 does not qualify them to do anything before the speaker.
No, I
So
disagree.
what are you saying?
I disagree. There where we disagree.
Barney, why you disagree to?
There where we
Wait, disagree
disagree.
though. Wait, disagree
Why
though.
disagree?
I said to you, the
Yeah.
authority of the legislature is in its quorum, not an imperial speaker.
Yeah,
What
but
are you
it's
talking
a-
here?
Of the speaker.
but it's an authority inspector. The
You
constitution
talk.
allows for
You are
leadership.
speaking to You are talking. You are speaking to decision making.
But so my thing is that's the question. So if the speaker doesn't have the capacity to make decisions, why are you sending the budget to him? To keep it?
So anyway, let him get through. I come to
To
that.
keep it? And you know, I said when we deliberated on the recast budget, the vice president was in the building. The pro tem wasn't present. The vice president was in the building. The vice president is the president of the Senate. He presides over the Senate. He was present, but I presided. Because once quorum was established, a presiding officer emerged, the highest ranking officer. In a situation with the House, you have
the president
an
of the speaker?
abnormal you have an abnormal.
I don't know where
you
Barney
have
going.
an abnormal-
You're confusing the
you
whole
have
thing
an
now.
Honorable James Banning,
You have
Honorable
an-
James Banning, I beg for us to proceed. I do believe, yes, indeed, the vice president was
Hard
in
to
his
defend the
office.
wrong.
Yes, indeed, the vice president was in his office. You presided because you are the chair on executive, but you presided within the chamber that you guys always presided within. One may say
Absolutely.
they are
Thank
not
you.
within the chamber that they always presided within and honor the gavel of Speaker Fonati Kofa. I understand, but I beg for us to hear from Senator Chea, and we'll bring in the rest of the two panelists to ask their question. Folks, again, thank you for joining us. On this subject matter, it's going to be a rough week for we Liberians, home and abroad, because a decision will be made, and we will have to ask Honorable Barney and Honorable Chea our final question as to if the government have taken a position. But Honorable Chea, you had some response to what you heard from Senator Barney a few minutes ago.
Thank you.
Talk to us, Senator.
Thank you, Staten. Let me start with the interjection made by Katamba, that my colleague there is dwelling on practicality and not legality. He's a student of law.
But we're not in the
Practicality,
court. We're in parliament.
but we are governed by the laws. We are governed by the laws. Senator Barney, we are governed by the laws. So if you say the speaker does not enjoy the confidence of his colleagues, and so he should get out, are you saying that that's the way to go? That's the way to do it? How did he become speaker in the first place? How did he become speaker? How is he now?
Simple
How
majority
was
voted
he?
for him.
How was he? No. I'm not talking when you're talking. How was he enjoying the confidence until now? Was it not that they got together, they went to section presided over by somebody, and they voted to elect him as speaker with a two-third majority? Is that not what happened? It's a very constitution. So if they don't enjoy a confidence today, then they should resort. They should resort or go back to the constitution. They use the constitution from what? To remove him. And that constitution from what provides that they must have the same two-thirds majority that made him speaker to remove him. If they don't have that, then they cannot do that. And And so the president cannot deal with them because they have a majority. It's not about quorum. The quorum must be legal, Senator Barney, a student of law. A quorum must be legal. You and myself or 16 senators cannot go and sit down in the conference room and say we have quorum, we're having session. Can we do that, Senator Barney? So that's why I can put 16 persons together in the Senate tomorrow or Tuesday. So we can have session in the conference room. And so we're moving quote unquote the president pro tempore. Can we do that? No, Senator Barney, we can't do that. Let us adhere to our laws. It's good for everybody. It's good for you. It's good for me. It's good for our governance. That's what I'm saying. That's the point I'm making. Now we say, yeah, it's political. Let them resolve it politically. It has not gotten to the legality. If it gets to legality, we'll go to the court. Other parties can go to the court with the legality. Let them do the political. But until the political is done, we stay within the confines of the law. That's the point.
So
anything to the contrary, notwithstanding.
Firstly, 2/3.
But when Senator Barney was talking, I was not talking.
Oh, I thought you finished.
Yeah, Senator, let's Senator Chea.
Senator Chea, please go ahead.
You see, so don't lend credence to illegality, Senator Barney. Okay. The speaker is a legitimate speaker. The fact that they are 43 does not legitimize them, does not give them the authority to hold session, does not give them the quorum, quote unquote quorum. Quorum means in a regular session of 37%. There must be a regular section of 37%. What they are having in the joint chamber is an irregular section because it's outside of the law and the procedures. Okay. Or the rules.
Thank you, Senator Chea. Senator Barney, we're going to give you in lines because we have to go to Barney Saki and Kev Hassan, please.
My thing is, firstly, the correction is 2/3 of the members of the House did not elect the speaker. A simple majority is required to elect the speaker. That's the first correction. The second,
Mr. Barney, I'm saying why I alluded to was there was a process to elect the speaker. What I could tell, what a simple majority in our case is to tell. But there was a process to elect the speaker.
What is
must
missing?
Go through that process to remove
What is missing is that you have an abnormal situation, an abnormal political situation.
How did that come about?
You're not in a court.
How did that come about?
You are not in the court. You are in the parliament.
It's not about being in the court. It's about governing within the confines of the law.
But that's what's happening.
We should not make a mistake to allow what happened to Snow and what happened to Tyler to repeat itself. Because
bottom line,
when
Parliament
we
is
stay within the
governed
confines of the law, we will govern
Parliament
well.
is governed
do well. We'll do better.
Yeah, Parliament is governed by majority, the will of the majority. They normally say the
what is the
minority
authority of that
say,
majority?
Well, let me end.
Yeah, but why?
Let me end.
If the majority wins election based on the details of the Constitution, then they'll have a will. But not majority that imposes
but
itself
there is nothing unconstitutional.
It must be that majority that is elected by the people.
Senator Chea, there is nothing here unconstitutional. There's nothing here unconstitutional. The Supreme Court told me there is nothing here unconstitutional.
Senator Barney, Senator James Barney, thank you. Senator James Barney.
The removal of the speaker must be constitutional. If it's
Senator James Barney and Senator Chea, please allow Kev Hassan and Barney Saki to ask the one question each. We beg you. Because we'll soon be leaving. Kev Hassan, please come in. Kev Hassan, please come in.
Senator Barney, you know, I'm a simple man. I love to ask a simple question.
Yeah.
Let's educate our people. Is the budget legal without the signature of the speaker? Let's give me straight answer.
Yes, the budget can be legal without the speaker signature. Yes, it can be.
Senator Chea, can the budget be legal without and signature of
it doesn't necessarily have to sign, but it has to come through a process. It has to go through a process.
They ask you a simple question.
Hey, man, I'm answering this question.
It-
I said not necessarily, but it's a
not
process.
necessarily.
It's a,
Answer.
because you cannot listen. You cannot give a budget to the people that
Then you go to the Supreme Court to challenge that.
outside of the Constitution. No,
Then
you
you
have to
go to the
Supreme
if you
Court.
think
You
it's
can
unconstitutional.
argue. No. You don't have to go to Supreme Court because the laws are clear. You argue
But I
on the
disagree
basis
with
of the
you.
law. You perform. You
That's when
behave
when
or
you
you
enjoy my
conduct your
confidence.
affairs
When
within
you
the
enjoy the
context.
confidence of the
Within the
majority.
context of the
Within the context.
so
Senators,
the budget must come to the speaker. The speaker must put it on the floor. The budget must be
There
sent
is
to a committee.
there is
The
no
committee
law.
must work on it
There
and
is no
submit it.
law
and
that says
submit
the
it.
budget must
You
go
know?
to the speaker. There is no law. Absolutely no law.
So
Senator Bani, the
Senator
budget
Bani,
must be addressed, must go to the speaker, it must go to
There is
get
no
the
law.
speaker. So the president
There is
the
no
budget.
law.
So the president can send the budget to anybody. Is that why you
There
say
is
that?
no law.
Are you saying that the president can send the budget to anybody?
I'm saying there is no law. The practice.
Coming to, okay, all right.
The
So the
practice.
coming.
No.
Senator Bani, give me a chance now.
When the
Senator
speaker
Bani,
enjoys the
Senator
confidence
Bani,
of the
we
majority,
have
it makes
we have
sense.
legality, we have precedent.
Excuse me now.
We have
So let me
legality,
ask
we
you a
have
question.
precedent.
Now that the
Precedent is
speaker,
also law.
Senator Bani.
A tradition used over time is what you people call it precedent, but precedent. A tradition used over time is precedent. Precedent is also
it's
law
law.
because it's a long usage. So can the president send the budget to Senator Bani? Or if five senators get together and say we're not going to session, can the president send the budget to them?
the president can send the budget to the plenary that has quorum. He can do that if they don't have confidence in the speaker.
You are learning credence or legality.
Thank you very much.
Then you have to talk. But let me ask you a question. What is the point of sending the budget to a speaker who cannot conduct plenary? Tell me,
Because
you
he has
haven't
the
said it yet?
constitutional authority. So you hold it until he has quorum.
What are you talking about? So if we don't have quorum, then a crisis.
So
That's the crisis there.
No, wait, let me check. So if the president were to send a budget to the majority, can they act upon it?
They can act upon it, yes, because they will achieve the number to pass it. Under the presiding officer of the deputy speaker.
Are they sitting legally?
Under the deputy speaker.
Are they sitting legally?
Yes, they are sitting legally.
You got it, law.
We don't have an imperial speaker.
Don't say that. No, the speaker is the presiding
Why you
officer.
we don't have an imperial speaker.
No, there's nothing about imperial speaker here.
That's what you are suggesting.
The constitution designates the speaker as
you want to
presiding officer.
If we follow you,
He is the presiding officer. And it is under his authority that
you will lead the country into crisis because the speaker will just take the budget and put it on his hand.
No.
The speaker can do nothing with the budget.
No, you are traveling to another territory. The speaker, I said it in my post.
The speaker can do nothing with the budget.
The speaker is absent, and the speaker is incapacitated, and the speaker is absent.
But that incapacitation here, when you don't have the capacity to.
No, it's not capacity. Not incapacity.
When you don't have when you do not have the capacity to preside.
No, that does not incapacitate the speaker.
When you do not have the capacity to preside, what do you call it?
The speaker is present. He capacitated. He's ready to go to section once he has quorum.
But he doesn't have the capacity to preside.
And so you wait until he has quorum. Then
you're leading the country into crisis.
Who is leading the country into crisis now? Is it the speaker or the?
Let me correct that. Let me correct that part of the constitution.
Senator Bani, 1 minute. I beg you, Senator. Senator Chea.
They are leading the country into
Senator Chea, 1 minute.
Not the speaker who is on the side of the law. The speaker is
Senator Chea. Senator Chea, 1 minute.
The problem?
Senator Chea, 1 minute. I beg. We beg, and seriously. Liberians, home and abroad, appreciating your presentation tonight. That's how confused we are. Imagine you guys are lawmakers and you're coming from different sides. We are confused. We are not lawmakers. So you guys helping us a lot, and we just need even a little more clarity here. I will ask Kev to ask the second question. We'll go by to Vanessa, then we'll ask you guys to close for us to move ahead with the rest of the program. We got but only a few more minutes left. Kev.
Yeah, Senator Barney, if I was Yomli Kanga, I would be worried but not. But then hearing from you what you're saying, you're telling the Liberian people that
Good.
a group of senators can come together and say, look, we don't want to be under Yomli Kanga,
Right.
and that's it. It seems to me like what we are hearing from folks in the back that you guys are planning to do the same thing to Yomli Kanga Lawrence. So from your debate tonight,
That's far first. It's not true.
we hearing it, and your debate tonight,
What's happening in the house is not in the Senate.
what you saying tonight, that show me from my sources that telling me that some of you guys, you, Emmanuel and Nukwe and others are planning to do the same thing to Yomli Kanga. So what I'm hearing right now,
That,
Let's go to the question. I beg you.
my question is, can you just show me where in the law that allow a split chambers, that
Thank you.
one can just get up and go sit somewhere and have a drink?
Somewhere.
Can you just
And
tell me? Just
First,
educate me where
let
there's a
me
split
correct
chambers.
you. Thank you. Let me correct you. You say a lot of things here. The pro tem has no reason to be worried because you do not have a situation in the Senate where the majority of the senators do not have confidence in her. So she has no reason to be worried. That's the first correction. The second thing that you have to understand is that in Parliament, in Congress, the authority of the body is vested in the majority. That's the reason why worldwide, when speakers or prime ministers fail to enjoy the confidence of the majority of those that govern, they step aside. That's the parliamentary principle acceptable worldwide. It's like you have a president who thinks he's governing the country very well, but all of a sudden, half of the nation get in the street to protest. Then the president say, but I've done nothing legally wrong, so I will still be president. Even though half of those who elected you or half of the country say they don't want you to be president again. And you say, you know what happened? No. The procedure is I have to go to the House. The House has to impeach me. The Senate got to try it. When those whose confidence you enjoy getting in there seem not to have confidence in you again, it's a serious situation. So in the House of Representatives, we have a serious situation when the majority of the members say they do not enjoy the confidence of the speaker. If we go by what my colleague is saying, is that until they remove the speaker has authority to preside and keep the budget, is to suggest that the country is going to go down crisis and we'll have January come, we'll not have a budget because the speaker insists, even though his colleagues say they don't enjoy his confidence again, he must still be speaker. So if you understand the principle in parliament that the majority has the way, you will not have a problem. If you say you want it to be your way, and don't forget, lawyers divide because lawyers disagree. Then it means the Supreme Court will be the one that will interpret. You can say the majority is sitting wrongly, especially so when the Supreme Court did not say so. That's your own view. So the majority decides the will of the House. And I said, if the president tries continuously and others, including the senators, and the fact that the senators are involved in trying to remedy the situation in the House tells you there's no such thing in the Senate. But if everyone tries and the majority insists they cannot remain under the speaker's gavel for him to preside, there is absolutely nothing you're going to achieve by sending the budget to the speaker. Absolutely nothing.
Thank you, Honorable James Barney. We're going to bring in Vanessa Saki. Before we do that, we got to go,
follow up
and
with quick
we have to do that. I beg you, Kev. Before we do that, Honorable James Barney, did I hear you saying that this 43 men and women, given the budget, they will be able to pass this budget without Speaker Falati Kofi and the rest of the guys?
He asked a question whether the budget can be passed and the law associated with the budget be signed without the speaker's signature. And both of us senators on the show agree that the budget doesn't necessarily require.
Can the budget be passed by the
speaker.
43 lawmakers?
I believe so.
How so?
Wow.
I believe so.
How so?
And those who believe that because that's the most practical thing to do than to plunge the country in crisis. If we
I'm not asking the practical thing. I'm saying how so.
So because you have a presiding officer who the majority have confidence in, the deputy speaker. He's one of the recognizable presiding officer. If he deliberates over the majority in the official bidding of the legislature, because the majority do not have confidence in the speaker, and that
do you need those other chairmen, the chairmen on Ways Means, chairman on Commerce, chairman on this, chairman on Finance, chairman on Rule? Do you need all those chairmen to help pass this budget?
I said to you, if you read Article 33 of the Constitution, it says, for decision of each house to be reached, you need simple majority.
So you don't need a speaker. I'm just trying to speak my question.
It's the tradition for clarity purposes for other lawmakers who not inclined in the financial matters to understand that how we came up with the Ways and Means this other group to make it easier. But if you have a legislature where you do not have financial experts and you have all, say, engineers, you don't necessarily need the experts. All you need is a simple majority to pass the budget.
Okay, I think Liberians listen to you. Let me bring Vanisaki. Vani, you go ahead. You're the last person asking your question.
Thank you. How you doing, my dear brother and friend, Senator Barney? Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I mean, thank you for the last statement you made before Senator came in about people's protesting the move of sitting president. I think this was one of the things every time you speak about Speaker cover removal, Senator Chea and other folks bring the argument about why, if you think people just jump in the street, they don't want the president should resign. Let me say that there are other legal pathways to remove a president through election, impeachment. But when a president was elected to live up to the will and the pleasure of the people, decide to be a tyrant, the people are not subjected to using only the election or impeachment to get the president off. They can peacefully protest and ask the president to step down. It's acceptable. So don't get that clear today. Don't get it clear for the record. So, Senator Barney, there we are. Yeah. You are not a stranger to the thing. We've been down the path. Many people who don't keep history will continue to dance around. Senator Chea made it very clear. We all agree on the show tonight. This fight is purely political. You come from the rescue mission. We are more than concerned about achieving what we promised the Liberian people. There's clear evidence that this political crisis will not end. Both sides will not give in. Our government have to succeed. We got to deliver. What is your message to the president? I have made my position clear. I asked the president, appeal to the president publicly and proudly to start to do business with the majority, and the minute the crisis will be over. There's no way you can satisfy both sides. We got to satisfy the country. Speaker Kofi's position is not more important to us as compared to the forward movement of our country. He cannot preside. He cannot do our business, and our country have to succeed. The president have to deliver. What is your message to the president?
My message to the president is that there has to be a cut-off point to all of the backdoor arrangements to find an amicable solution to this issue. Because the country is bigger than Flanty, the country is bigger than the 43 people. If there is not a cut-off point and we follow the view or the opinion of those who say until the speaker is removed, the budget should go to the speaker when he does not have the capacity to conduct plenary, we risk running into crisis. And so at some point in time, with the deputy speaker presiding, if we cannot get both sides to have an amicable solution to this crisis, to this situation, to avoid crisis, constitutional crisis, the budget will have to be submitted by whatever means for the deliberation of a quorum, which is the requirement under the Constitution. And at that particular point in time, we will pass the budget. Those who will believe that because it did not come through the speaker, there is a breach, we have to challenge that through the Supreme Court. And all of us will abide by the decision of the Supreme Court. But this cannot continue. Then my advice would be, you got to forward the budget to the majority.
Thank you, Senator Biden. I think that's all I got, Senator. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. We're going to ask both senators. It's always a pleasure having you guys. Again, please, Senator Honorable Man, please come again. And we'll just find out, we'll stick to this conversation. If we have any national issue, question, we'll bring it up. But for today, it was about this budget posting that you guys did. Katema, we're going to go to Senator Chea and Senator James Biden to close before they leave. But you have anything, Katema, you want to add real quick?
Yeah. I just want to ask both of them. We're discussing constitutional issue, and now this issue of sovereignty. We have ECOWAS intervention. How do you basically contextualize ECOWAS in this whole issues of, okay, this is our sovereignty? What is your thought on ECOWAS intervention? What is
why you do your closing, please? We're going to start first with Senator James Biden, because the guest tonight was Senator Chea. So Senator James Biden, please go ahead.
Well, thank you. I think it's always welcome to have intermediaries, interveners to try to resolve issues like the one we have obtaining in the House. To the extent that those who are intervening can resolve it, it will be good for the country. But in the event that they cannot resolve it, because, it's an issue of no one having the capacity to subject the majority to the whims of the speaker. Nobody can do that. It will be voluntarily done. In the event that they cannot do that, while we welcome the intervention, the most prudent thing to do will be to get the approval of the majority lawmakers from the House to approve pass the budget. And those who feel that it is unconstitutional or is illegal, we have to seek recourse through the Supreme Court. But that is better to have traditional breach than to have a crisis by sending the budget to a speaker who lacks the capacity to conduct sessions for deliberation of the budget. I want to also use this time to say clearly at the level of the Senate, we have a lot of experienced people. I do not foresee any such situation as is obtaining in the House happening in the Senate. So the pro tem has absolutely no reason to worry. That said, all of us have to remember, at the level of Parliament, it's politics. And the number matters. We normally say the minority will have the say, but the majority will have the way. No speaker, no deputy speaker, no combined efforts of these two can subject the will of the majority to their whims. It's not possible. And once that principle is respected, is observed, there will be peace in the Parliament. And that's the reason why worldwide, when the majority of the parliamentarians don't enjoy the confidence of the speaker and vice versa, the most prudent thing to do is to quit, because the will of the minority, the will of the majority can be subjected to the will of the non-parliament, So they may not be right. Like we said, if half the country get in the street, they may be wrong, but the president will have to step aside. So the will of that's the form of government we chose. The democratic form of government. The numbers must rule. The numbers must rule. If we feel there is a constitutional breach or there's a legal breach, The channel is the Supreme Court. Other than that, why you consider constitutional, I may not consider constitutional breach. I'll stop at this far, and I hope
Thank
to
you
answer
very much,
the
Senator Chase. Barney, thank you. We appreciate your time on the show, sir. Have a good evening. Thank you. You're welcome. Senator Chea, welcome, sir.
Let's start from this side note that is unfortunate that my colleague will show the or the decision that they will take or the reaction to the mediation by the ECOWAS mediation team that we are expecting in a country. I think what you were suggesting was that nobody can compare them. They can come. They don't have to listen to them. And they can go on with what they are doing. That's unfortunate. Unless we have forgotten our immediate past, then somebody can make such an insinuation. We know where we came from, and we are all aware of the contribution of the sub-regional body that got us to where we are. So if we're having a crisis in a chamber, not the entire legislature, just a chamber of the legislature, and the ECOWAS authority sees a fit to come to help us to resolve it. I thought my brother would say we'll all work with them and talk to our colleagues to resolve this matter, instead of kind of disposition that I just heard. It's unfortunate. But I hope that everybody will be open to listen to ECOWAS, the ECOWAS mediation team, and do the needful in the interest of our country. On the other point, there was this suggestion, this rhetorical question, I think from Kaitama, one of the panelists there, that look, Senator Barney, you are saying that a group of lawmakers, whether in the House, whether in the Senate, can one day get up and go sit down somewhere at the Capitol and conduct what we call session to remove the president pro tempore. He said, no, it can't happen. It has never happened because there are no grievances. Did Senator, Speaker Kofod know up to the time the grievances were submitted that there were grievances against him? Is Barney reading the minds of the senators that they don't have grievances? Is that what he's saying? So if we have grievances, we can go sit down somewhere, and like Barney said, we can say that the president cannot preside. The president cannot preside because we have grievances against her. So we can sit there and conduct session. Then he said that yes, those sessions will be legitimate. Is that what he's saying? Is that what he's saying? You know, it's difficult most often to defend the wrong. And I think my colleague is on the right, on the wrong side. That's why he find it so difficult to defend what he's saying. Jumping to practicality, jumping into the political and what have you. We're talking about what's happening in the context of the Constitution and our laws. They say, no, practically this can be, practically that can be. That's not what we are saying here. And I also say that what if that were there, then one of the panelists said, yes, people can get in the street and say the president will go. If we will change our government like that, will we have a stable governance system in our country? People just jump in the street tomorrow, president gone. The next day, another president come. People who are not certified, jump in the street. Is that what your panelists are telling us, that what should happen? Yes, the will of the majority. But what is that will of the majority that Senator Barney is talking about? That will of the majority must be that will that is constitutionally imposed in the leaders. by electing them. If they are elected by the majority, they have the will of the majority. That's why I say the majority have the will, and the minority have the say. Then they have the will of the majority. And so we are saying, if the majority gave you the will, if the majority want to take that will back, the majority must go through the same legal process, use the same legality to take that will back. Don't do it unconstitutionally, because if we continue to do that, that has happened twice now, perhaps maybe before Tyler and if you go back to history, but we won't know that for Tyler, for Snow, that has happened, and it's because of that. That is a precursor to what's happening today. Those two happened then. What happened then is a precursor to what's happening today. If it didn't happen, it was not allowed. If President Shelley did not violate the Constitution, did not breach the Constitution, if she respected the Constitution, if she adhered to the Constitution, we would not be here. Because then the guys will say, no, this happened before Tyler's time, Snow time, and the Constitution prevailed. So if we go there, the Constitution prevailed. But I think, okay, let's go. Even though we don't have the 49, but we'll go sit down somewhere. We'll appeal to public sentiments, and tomorrow people will come in the interest of God. Speaker Copa resign in the interest of the country. The country got to move on. The country is bigger than you. Then we are lending credence to illegality. We are lending credence to illegality. If the illegality continues, it will affect our governance process and system. That's what I don't want. I want us to govern in the confines and the context of the law. We have a constitution. The constitution is clear about all of these things here. Let them follow the constitution. Let them use the constitution as a guide to seeking the removal of the speaker. That's precisely what I'm saying. It's not anything difficult. It's simple. Use the Constitution. What does the Constitution say? Follow the dictates of the Constitution. Do that. As simple as that. Because if you do that, then you are telling all and sundry that tomorrow, even if you want to do this, you set the precedent now. You say this is how it will be tomorrow. You can't go this way. But we're allowed to go the way it went for Snow, the way it went for Tyler. Then it will go that way again tomorrow. Who knows that after this time, few persons will not get back together in few months to remove the speaker again. Is that what we want? Is that how we want to govern our country? Is that let's take partisanship and what have you out of this. But somebody say, well, I'm from the party, the government should move on and deal with these people. You are lending credence to illegality, my brother. The president should not do that. It would not be in the interest of governance, in the interest of the president to do that. The president cannot do that. To say he will recognize, as Ellen did, when she recognized the anti-Tyler and anti-Snow group, is that what you want done? A few months from now, I can bet you it will happen again. It will happen again. It will happen again. But we allow the Constitution to prevail and take preeminence. It will avoid all of that. This is why I am arguing. I am defending the position that anything that we do, anything that is done by the representatives in these classes must be done within the confines of our laws. When that is done, I'm okay with it. And that's how it should be. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Councillor Augustine Chea, Senator Sano County. Again, appreciate your time on the show and have a wonderful good evening. You're always welcome to come back. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Staten, for having me.
Yes, sir. All right, Ketema, a great show today. Actually, I didn't expect us to carry on like this, Ketema, and thanks to all of our many supporters that we are growing every Sunday, coming with the lawmakers, people that actually making news in the country. Which side you on, you decide. But we heard a lot today, especially Ketema. That from our regular representative, a step up the senators. So something is happening. Talk to me, Ketema. Let's do this post analysis quick.
Yes, I think that was a little twist we had. We spiced a little bit with something different. The guys in the middle of the heat want someone away from it, but following every step. And I think that was a good aspect of the show today. The two senators, one wrote a long article that basically highlighted some of the decisions, especially how he felt that a prohibition was not necessary, the rate of prohibition by Senator Kofa. But he's a supporter of Senator Kofa. He's just trying to play smart, independent, neutral, all that stuff. He's a supporter of Senator Kofa. So let's be clear about that, But I think the discussion has reached a point where we've heard so much from the lawmakers, from the representatives. I hear something from the senators. Who know whether something is brewing in the Senate. I don't know, but I'm hearing all kind of thing that something is brewing in the Senate.
Kev keep quiet.
I'm hearing something. That some kind of layer group is brewing in the Senate. Maybe they're trying to stir up something. But look, the issue is Senator. I think, like I said, Fonati has exhausted so much.